That's funny.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been only 2 weeks, but I feel like that was our first like big time back in the new space.
Yes.
So this is now like our settle in episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now
like,
we're calm. We're calm. Performance
yeah.
reviews are out. The jitters are out.
No
We're all
champagne.
comfortable. No champagne. Oh yeah. Chris got a champagne. Big up to Chris with his champagne.
Yeah, that was awkward. I don't do well when people are like, like, oh, good job, nice here. I'm like, turn the camera away.
You see, the lights are too bright.
Yeah, lights were too bright. It was making me look bad. I was blushing. You got me blushing.
Oh wow.
I don't like to be caught in that light.
He was like,
Hey man, but you deserved it.
well, thank you.
Yeah.
One day y'all are gonna be on
definitely
this side, so just be ready.
hey man, hopefully we can fill those big shoes over there, guys. That's some big shoes to fill.
Chris said, "I don't know."
Omari, what size shoe are you, man? Your feet look tiny, bro.
Bro, look at 8.5.
God.
Oh, don't worry.
damn.
Okay.
Are you feet shaming right now?
Yeah, a little bit, man.
Damn,
I know, right? But it's
A
all
little
good.
bit.
It's all
that's
good.
crazy.
8.5.
Yeah,
Damn.
Hey, man, saving money.
I'm saving a lot of money.
I'm
I
screwed.
like that.
You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you and your
I'm
girl
saving a
could
lot of
like
money.
trade.
We can.
Nah.
It's phenomenal.
Let's not go that far.
No, that's not bad.
I'm just saying,
No,
yeah,
it's
small
actually
feet.
not
You're
bad.
not sharing
Yeah,
shoes
what?
with your
We
girl.
can share, but yeah.
You guys can actually share
We
shoes?
can actually share, yeah.
Not like flip flops. Like you guys actually share kicks.
Like we can, yeah. Like it would be a little bit tight for me, but like yeah,
It'd be tight for you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it'd be tight for you. Yeah, you're right. I got it the other way around. I was like, yo, if it was tight for her, that would be crazy.
Nah.
No, but that's actually lit.
But-
you can't hate on that.
Yeah, I
Sharing
think
shoes
it's
with
pretty
your
cool.
girl?
I had an ex we could share clothes because she was tall, so like that was lit. Like I'd be her crib, she at my crib.
You guys
We're
were
about to
sharing
go out.
clothes.
Literally, it's like going to each other's closet.
100%.
Yeah, so that was lit.
Yeah.
And like, obviously, I never had that before, so I was like, yo, this is not bad still. Like,
It's kind of tough. Like it just opens up the wardrobe a slight amount,
And
and you're like,
shoes
So you guys will wear your girls' clothes if they fit.
Wow.
For sure.
Yeah, it depends on what it is. Yeah,
I'm not wearing a blouse and a corset, obviously.
Hey, no shame,
Free
no
thugger,
shame,
man.
no
Free
shame.
thugger.
No.
yeah, we're not wearing dresses,
Go.
but
I respect it.
But like
I
a generic
respect
hoodie.
Yeah.
fit
Like
you're
a
rocking.
t-shirt
Yeah,
or
like a
like
t-shirt
a
or something.
sweatpants.
Or like a vintage sweater, something like that.
I'm trying to think.
I've even had jeans. You know, baggy jeans are in. Like if a shorty has like a baggy jean, and I'm like, yeah, if that could fit me, I'm wearing it. Like
I lived with a woman and for years, and I never. I don't think.
maybe she wasn't fly and she didn't have the drip. Like,
She was
Unfortunately,
smaller
yeah,
than
that
me
could
though.
be.
She was like significantly smaller.
yeah, that's the thing. It has to be.
you guys got to be around the same size. Like
yeah.
I'm short. Like I'm not a tall guy by
Yeah,
any
yeah,
means.
yeah.
Like I'm not like size 8 short, but I'm
that's
short.
crazy, but I see what you're saying.
That's
That
crazy.
doesn't really make sense.
Yo,
but-
you know, one of my promises is stop bullying you, so I'm gonna stop. That was my last one for the whole.
He
episode.
can't help it. He can't
I know. I was
help
like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm not even sure why. And then he's like, "Oh, you want me to
But she was
invite you
smaller than
places?"
me. She was smaller than me.
it. Yeah, I think like, that's the thing. It's actually lit because like it's even if you're not tall, it's rare that your shorty's gonna be someone you could share clothes with.
Yeah.
Even if you're not tall, it's still gonna be rare. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because it's like, what are you, 5'8"?
Yeah. Yeah.
5'8", officially.
5'7", but yeah.
But like, it's like there are women who are 5'8" and 5'. Maybe you won't like them because that's your height.
Mhm.
But it's like it's not hard to find a woman who's 5'8", 5'7".
I mean, I dated a girl who's 5'8".
Yeah, so it's like
you met her.
So there's a world where y'all can share clothes.
Wow.
Maybe. If it
Yeah.
was like mad generic.
Yeah.
I think I wore her flip flops. I wore my ex's flip flops. They were super tight on me, but like, I gotta go take out the trash real quick.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Let me
That's fair.
put
I do
these
that all
pink
the time.
Nike flip flops on.
Nah,
you know
bro,
what I mean?
bro, I'll take. But also, I think now I care more about how a woman's dressed than I did before. Like, I'm into like fashion more than I was before. So it's like, if you're dressing fly and we could share clothes, I'm not gonna see a fly pair of pants and be like, oh, you wore it first, so I'm too insecure. Like,
yeah, it's kind of whack.
you know, like,
yeah,
like I literally have.
you gotta be secure in your own skin, bro.
I am secure in my own skin.
All right,
Saying I'm insecure?
I said, all right.
You're
I
bullying
agree.
me now?
Yo.
Omari, you have a toque, but you got a fresh braid up. Why?
Because I don't want this to like actually mess up my braid up. You know?
Oh, the
It's a special braid up,
Okay.
so it gotta be.
It's not even a special braid. This guy is just too much, bro.
Did you get the braid up for a special occasion?
It wasn't for a special occasion, but there's a special occasion happening,
What is the special occasion?
and it's my girlfriend's like cottage, like birthday weekend type.
It's your girlfriend's birthday coming. Yo, give it up for
Yeah.
Amari's girlfriend.
Amari, if you don't give your girl no sound effects, you're canceled.
Oh, what do you mean? I already did. I did.
So she's turning 26 because my memory is good.
26.
Nice.
My memory's
Are you
good.
happy about that? You're good? Like,
Yeah,
is this your
I
first
mean, what?
birthday for her to celebrate?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I don't know. This is, I guess, exciting. I'm happy for her. She's
Man,
turned
like,
26.
I guess exciting. She don't listen to the pod. That's what I got from that. She never listens to
She
the
does
pod.
not listen to the pod.
Yeah.
100%.
There's no way you can say, I guess excited.
Like, I said, I guess it's exciting. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I'm happy for her. Obviously, she's turned 26.
Okay.
So since go ahead.
Ask me and I'll tell you guys how it's supposed to go.
Oh
Ask
my
me the
God.
same question.
Go ahead.
Is he excited?
So excited. This is going to be the best day ever, best birthday ever.
Time code that.
I've waited my whole life for her to turn 26.
Clip that up.
I gave it the applause. That was Oscar worthy. That was really good.
Yeah,
Actually, that was
100%.
really
Okay, so
with laced with a little bit of sarcasm.
this is her first birthday. Pressure's on.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I
Are you
mean,
paying for the cottage?
Look. The thing is, her birthday is so close to Christmas that
And
I've been able
Valentine's.
to, and Valentine's. I've
Oh, it's
been
right
able
in the
to-
middle.
I've been able to kind of like swindle my way into some good deals here in terms
Man
of.
says swindle my way to
Yeah.
So
In
you
terms
didn't
of
buy
how-
her a gift, or you bought her a gift,
I bought her a gift,
but you bought it way back?
No,
for a great price.
I spent a little extra on Christmas, but her birthday, like she's kind of spoiling herself, so I'm sprinkling onto it, but it's not the main.
Sprinkle.
It's not the main stuff that's going on. You know what I mean? Like
So instead of getting the
enhancing
Rollie,
what's
you get in the
going on.
Cartier.
Like that's
Ralph
sure.
seems more disappointed
Sure.
than she's going to be about,
100%.
about her birthday gift.
Although no, she's gonna be really happy with her birthday.
As I'm saying, Ralph's birthday,
She's gonna be happy.
She's going
Okay.
to like it.
She's
but
gonna be
Ralph's
dumb happy with
disappointed.
it.
It sounds like something sentimental.
Yeah, one half of it's super sentimental. The other half is like it's just something she's been wanting. You know what I mean? Like
I think it's
one of
always
the knocks
pressure
off,
on the
like-
first gift.
Yeah,
I think it's always a little pressure, especially if the first birthday gift is far from when you guys actually got together. So now, like, you had time. Like, I've dated girls where it's like next month is her birthday.
That's true.
Oh, I
That's true.
see.
That's
and
true.
it's like, okay, I don't have to go
Interesting.
that hard.
But
Next
when
month
it's
is your birthday.
8 months in and then it's birthday,
That's a real birthday.
You know what, man? I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I never look at it that way. I'm a pretty good gift giver, so I'll like look into it regardless. Like,
That's your love language.
Yeah, I just like doing that. I guess so.
Oh,
I think
stand-up guy.
what I would rather is that my birthday come first. Because then you could set the temperature. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, at least y'all tell me, Chris, you could say as well. I feel like most of the time as a man, you're kind of even overestimating the gift you have to give or like how much money you have to spend. You know, you're kind of like, okay, I got to make it a scene, whatever it is. So if you go first, just to be safe, you're going to overdo it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's true.
but if she goes first, the temperature's already set where it's like, okay, I might have to still outdo you, but I now know what I'm aiming for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're fast.
So it's like, that's my goal always is like, hopefully my birthday could come first.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can set the temperature of, what we're doing. And then I can say, okay, this is what you got me. This is the level I got to stay around,
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. But I think we should introduce what people are listening to.
Yes.
They've made it far, but let's introduce ourselves.
100%.
Yes. You already know what it is. You guys already know what you're tuned into. You guys already know what the vibe is. This is the second episode of 2024. Episode 47 of the Mayor's Office Podcast. Talk to him.
Yep.
And before I even say who I am, I'm going to introduce some good friends of mine. The owner of 1990 Studios, Chris Stacks Edwards. Talk to him.
Let's go, baby. Stacks Edwards here in 1990 Studios, the mayor's office, getting ready to pod with the fellas. Second of the year, feeling good. Setup's looking clean. We got the fourth camera, which I'm hyped about.
Yeah,
big
Make some
production
noise for
guy.
the fourth camera.
Oh, we're going to talk about that.
I guess
sure.
they're seeing in HD that we're matching colors.
Buddy, look at us.
Great.
We came prepared. We know we got the right
Absolutely,
colors
man.
on. We're
Got
matching.
The winning color.
The winning color. It's good to
That's
be
what it
here.
is. That's
It's
what
good
it
to be
is.
here.
Before we move on to the other co-hosts, Chris, did you end up drinking the bottle of champagne that you received last episode?
Sir, I did not drink it because I was on dry January, but that abruptly ended yesterday. I accidentally had 12 Bud Lights, but it happens. I think that's the way to
Man
get
said
out of.
accidentally.
You're saying you've never accidentally drank 12 Bud Lights?
This is not a black man we're speaking
Yeah,
to here.
I don't think I told Bud Lights in my life.
Well,
I have it.
buddy. We move differently in Durham. Not much to do.
That's the slogan.
So this is what we do on Sundays. We watch football and we try to see how many Bud Lights we can get in us.
Oh, so it was Monday that you had the Bud Lights, or Sunday you had the Bud Lights?
This was Sunday watching football. So basically, what I said all that to say, no, I didn't drink the bottle yet, but we could today because I'm out of dry January. So I'm back.
Yeah, I can't get with you on the 12 Bud Lights. Just the thought of that. It was like that.
Yeah, that made my tummy turn.
That would take me all week. Like I need to rest.
12
Like,
Buds? Nah.
Buddy, I woke up, I hit the gym the next day. No big deal.
And you're looking slimmer too.
Buddy, that's why I'm drinking Bud Lights. It's light beer.
Come on. That's the key if you're trying to lose weight.
Exactly.
Shout out to Chris, man. We appreciate you. I want to slide over to the next co-host, somebody that I truly, truly appreciate, somebody that claims that he was one of the fastest men in Ontario, somebody that I promised that I'd stop bullying this year because he is a dear co-host in Mayor's Office podcast, and he got the highest performance review in Mayor's Office podcast history.
Yeah.
Talk to him.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Omari, I don't know. You know what? Adriel, can you run down the list of nicknames,
Maybach
please?
O,
Yeah.
Young Kobe.
Yeah.
I forgot a bunch of them. Before you had Kobe, there was a few that were absolutely treacherous.
Yeah, they're actually really wild.
I guess
OJ the Juice Man?
OJ
Push. I got pushed too.
Which is kind of hard.
Yeah, we used to be pushing Ye, but obviously,
Yeah.
That's
Things have changed a lot since then.
yeah, we gotta find a new duo. Yeah, we call ourselves New Godflow.
But yeah, man. Yeah, no, I'm always happy to be here, man. You know what I mean? I'm always happy to fill this seat. Mayor's Office Podcast is, I would say one of the better podcasts in Toronto. Stop. I'm playing them here, man. It's the best podcast.
Come on. We're waiting for it. We're waiting for it.
One of the better podcasts.
He wasn't about to get his paycheck this week. I was waiting for the end.
Yeah, HR is about to deal with you.
Omari, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people love you. A lot of people love your takes. A lot of people love how smooth and effortless you are on the podcast. But one thing I'll say about you, I don't like the fact that you lie. I truly don't believe you're one of the fastest people in Ontario. And I was thinking to myself, how do I really prove that he wasn't fast? If you used to be fast, you must have some sauce left, right?
I'm telling you right now, you don't go down this road.
So, Omari, in the future, once it gets a little warm outside, I challenge you to a race.
Whoa, let's go.
And we're going to record it. It's going to be extra content for the podcast.
Put something on the race right now, Omari. What do you want?
This is months.
I'm wondering, actually.
Yeah, put something on the race.
If anyone can see the glint in my eyes, this is great. Like, if someone probably just looked back and said, wait a minute, there's a little twinkle now. What's going on?
Okay, we'll circle back. You think about it, end of the podcast, we'll decide what's going to be on the race.
What I'll put on the line, you can take my seat.
Okay. For how long?
For 3 episodes.
Oh, this is great. Okay.
Right. Omari, I look forward to sitting beside you.
You know what? I'm actually with that. It's cool. I'll take that.
Sauce?
I'll take that.
Yo, okay. Also,
wait. I don't know if this is a he does.
No, it's yeah. I haven't seen him running in a couple of years, fair because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
But one of the first times I seen Omari like actually active or playing ball, and I said, bro, we're playing half court. You don't need to run that fast.
He still has sauce, eh? I think I could be you in a race.
We're gonna have to see.
Yeah, I think I could be you in a race.
I understand where you're coming from though, because I didn't know he was this record-setting track star when I met him. I just knew him as a guy. So when everyone started telling me afterwards, "Oh, he's so fast, he's this and that," I'm like, I guess I gotta believe you, but
I'm very unassuming in that way. So it's this is great. I'm really happy about this actually. I look forward to sitting next to Adriel too. It's gonna be fun.
3 episodes.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Thank God you made it just 3 because
if you made it longer, I would have taken it 2.
I would say you guys start training from now. You got to start following your fitness influencers.
Nah. I'm not slow. I'm not slow.
It's not even that slow. You could be quick.
I see you run, but
it won't matter. So what are we doing? We're doing 100 or 400. What are we doing?
We could do
any of them. Yeah,
either or.
Either or.
Yeah, you can do 100.
Do both. At least you get 2 shots.
40 meters, and we could do 400.
All right, I got something better for you then. 1, I'm gonna beat you in a race.
Okay.
So we'll do best out of 3 things. Deal?
Yeah.
1, I'll beat you in a race. I'll beat you in an NFL route. And I'll beat you in a one-on-one basketball game. Best 2 out of 3.
Adriel seen the last time that someone challenged me in basketball, how that went.
Oh yeah.
So this is gonna be great too.
So wait,
What happened the last time you played somebody in basketball? Because Omari, I will cook you.
I hit a fadeaway 3 in the guy's face to like win it at the end, and it was by like 5 points.
That doesn't matter. I'm not.
I think okay.
It's what happened.
I'm the person who has seen both of you guys
Omari,
on the court.
anyway.
Both of you guys be athletic. I think you got a shot at the basketball.
That's it
for sure.
That's it. At the basketball, that's it. The other 2, I don't think so.
I don't.
He still has sauce like that, eh?
I think you know what it is.
All right.
You only know this Omari.
Yeah, he doesn't really understand how like
And
athletic
two,
I actually
I
am.
saw the YouTube videos.
I've seen you run.
Mm-hmm.
You're not fast enough to be challenging anyone who has track records.
When did you see me run? Like 10 years ago? When I wasn't even trying?
When I wasn't even trying.
I'm saying a sprint.
Oh, bro, yeah, a
sprint.
sprint is. You don't want to challenge me in a sprint. A dead sprint too.
Yeah,
like,
As
you
soon
know,
as it
like,
gets
this
hot
is like-
outside, we're doing this outside.
The way how calm Omari is just talking
The
about
whole
it.
intro for the pod just
got me
stopped.
nervous.
No, because Ralph's challenged Omari to the one thing Omari's definitely gonna win.
Yeah, but that's confidence. No, that's confidence.
No, but also I think that again, I think you challenged him based on he looks unassuming.
Yeah.
So you're just like, how fast could he possibly be all these years later?
Yeah.
That's what I can see
And
from what you're
it-
saying.
It's just going to be a very.
You want to
very,
race
very-
outdoor or indoor?
Anywhere.
Say less.
Anywhere.
Say less.
we can do
We
it.
got hallways right here, bro.
Chris,
Outside,
bring the
inside.
cameras.
Got it.
Bring the road mics. Everything. We're gonna make content out of this.
I'm very excited.
You know what's
Okay.
funny? The people that have seen me run before hearing this episode, they're going to be in the comments like, Jesus Christ. Why did you do
You have
this?
sauce like that still. All right. Let's get back to the intros.
I'll do my part of the intro. I think when you guys have your competition, let the hooping go first.
Oh, yeah.
Hoop first.
Let them
So
get
we're
his
doing it all
confidence.
same day?
Sure.
We can.
Okay,
can.
then I'm definitely gonna beat you because I'm gonna just fucking wear you out.
Try. You can try.
Yeah. So hooping has to go first because I think hooping's your best chance to win. And if you start with a dub, then your confidence will grow, and you probably need that confidence in the other 2.
But the other thing you're going to realize is when you play basketball with me, you're going to realize how fast I actually am somewhat.
Yeah, but that's
Somewhat.
no basketball speed is different because then all I have.
Unfortunately, my speed translates to
No, but the
everything.
thing is, it's just angles. You're going one way, I'll just make sure I shift and you're gone.
Ask Adriel.
All right, cool, bro.
Yo, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. No. Ralph can hoop. Though.
No,
Ralph can hoop.
I'm sure Ralph can actually hoop. That's what I'm saying. Ralph actually might be able to.
All right.
Yeah.
Might be able to is crazy. Yo, I'm cutting all of this out.
The only maybe is because you guys are both short, so it's like he is closer to be able to guard you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Which is
That's his best
problem.
chance. Yeah.
That's dog. We're like half an hour in and we didn't even get through the intros. This shit's crazy. But
And we wanted to add more topics.
so we did Chris. Me and Omari had a little one-on-one real quick.
That was great.
Yeah, look out for it in the summertime.
100%.
You already know that I am Ralph, a.k.a. the mayor, a.k.a. the last airbender, a.k.a. the third little piggy, because I built this shit brick by brick. And you're probably wondering, every time Ralph does intros, the most interesting person that episode goes last. Last week it was Chris.
Yep.
Now it's Adriel. Adriel Smiley official. Co-host on the Mayor's Office podcast. Just hit the 30 club. Give it up for fucking Adriel out here, man.
Okay.
Over years don't count. I'm 28. Yeah, 28. Over years don't
On
count.
paper, not Ghanaian years. On paper,
That's wild.
you are 30. How do you feel, bro?
I feel like I've been 30 for a little bit. I'm not gonna hold you. A lot of people who I've been linking with have been older than 30, and this year, probably 5 times, people when they guess my age, guess 35. So I'm like, yeah. At this point, it's like convincing someone I'm not 30 is more the issue. But I'm good, honestly. Spent my birthday in Sydney. Shout out Sydney, BC. But I was at a conference where I was definitely, if not the youngest, one of the 2 youngest people there. So I felt young.
Wow.
You know, I turned 30 with a bunch of old white men, and so I felt young. You know, it was good. It's like
You're like an IG influencer. You turned 30 around a bunch of old white men.
Yeah, that's
Anyway,
kind of wild.
continue.
yeah, Sydney instead of Dubai, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, he had the Meek Mill experience.
I'm just Korean. But yeah, basically,
Shout out Mike Rubin.
I felt young. I was like, You know, like a lot of people saying 30 is old. I'm not there for that. So I'm still feeling young, still feeling good.
Still feel good? Energy's up?
For sure.
Big
For sure.
30, man.
Yeah, man.
Went to BC. Was that planned or did it just happen?
It has happened. Yeah, like the trip that we go on is usually around my birthday. So I kind of had to feel like I'm like, if it's not gonna be on my birthday, it's gonna be around my birthday. So I was like, I'll just kind of extend that trip and make that kind of my B-day thing. But it's usually around my birthday, so I had a feeling.
Shout out to you, man. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you enjoyed your 30th. Many more blessings, many more years to come.
Yes.
And that now means that Omari is the youngest on the podcast. Well, he always was technically, but now he's the only person under 30, technically.
Yeah, which is great.
When's your birthday?
April 1st.
Oh, shit.
I'm April Fool's, baby. Yeah, this is great. So,
Telling that to Ralph, it's already hard for him to stop.
yeah,
doing it.
this is added ammo for Ralph here.
April 1st?
April 1st, man. Yeah.
I didn't even click that just now, bro. Oh,
Crazy,
April Fool's,
right?
baby, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, also
But-
be playing pranks on you on the podcast.
That's wild.
I gotta get a tattoo actually on my wrists about that.
Hopefully we
Like,
record on your
it's
birthday
awesome.
around that. Yeah, we'll probably record that week. That'll be dope, man.
That would be
Yeah,
dope.
we could do a whole April Fool's episode, something like that.
I'll definitely play a prank on you guys.
Yeah,
Some sort of
for
prank.
sure, for sure.
Oh yeah, you played a prank last year. That was
It's pretty good.
insane.
We use toothpaste instead of the cream in the Oreo.
This is way worse.
Way worse. way worse.
Yeah, that was the first, at least on me, first prank you played on your birthday.
Yeah, 100%. I think it was the first one I actually pulled off on you. I may have tried to do other ones, but
Yeah.
unsuccessful.
Now,
that one actually was somewhat successful.
No, I was actually bent. I was like,
Yeah. But it was like a baby scare, pretty much, which was
Oh,
hilarious.
I hate people like you, man. Nah, you can't do those ones, bro. The baby scare is crazy.
Hey, look, man,
no,
it
I
was
was deadly concerned.
it was dramatic. It was very dramatic.
Especially, so you told him that you were gonna have a baby on the way?
I set him up.
See, those work, especially when you know your brethren's active in
Yeah,
the
like-
streets.
Yeah, the time it was what was going on. I was
No,
like,
that's fair. That's fair.
I was like, this is believable.
Time code that.
I was gonna deny the allegations.
Don't
but-
kill me.
Yo,
But shout out to all of you guys, man.
Yeah,
The listeners, the watchers, the experiencers. The Mayor's Office podcast, we're back, yo. I'm ready to pod. Everybody's looking good. Everybody's feeling good. Energy's nice.
and you're taking the show on the road.
I'm taking this show on the road.
Yeah.
Explain.
The show of being the mayor.
Oh,
Oh,
Checking out new cities.
this
on.
guy. Yeah, I'm traveling. You know, I'm gonna do a little traveling. Nothing crazy. Staying within, North America.
oh, okay.
What's the plan?
Like, yeah, where are you going?
So my birthday, well, the listeners are going to hear this on Friday. So my birthday is going to be the Sunday. So be sure to give me a little happy birthday shout outs. Appreciate you guys. So my birthday's on Sunday, not too far off from Adriel's birthday. I'm going to go Miami.
okay.
Yeah, watch a Heat game.
You need like a Ay
Nice.
Cariba.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up to Miami.
Yeah, you
Little guys trip.
mentioned that before, so that's confirmed now. Does this trade do anything for your Miami trip? Kyle Lowry not being there, them on a 7-game losing streak.
I was thinking about that. Like, I wanted to see Kyle out there for sure. That was actually something that went on my mind. But they play the Clippers, and they're on a 7-game losing streak. As we're recording this podcast, that's bound to break by Sunday. So hopefully,
Hopefully.
yeah.
Fingers
yeah.
crossed. Have you been to Miami before?
No, first time. I haven't been to the States in 10 years, maybe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to know what you have planned for Miami, because the rumor is
What's
that
the next topic? Because it's a guy's trip. You know, one of the guys coming is in a committed relationship, so we're not doing any debauchery.
So everyone
I see.
is going to be kind of born again virgins, just to kind of save him.
Everybody is a born again virgin.
Amen to
I
that.
haven't had sex all year, actually.
Same.
I don't believe you, but
Why is it not believable when I say it?
you said it so quick. Yeah, same.
I said, I'm the first born again virgin.
Fair,
No one's
fair.
more born again than me.
But yeah.
That is hilarious. No,
Some
he's
people do
actually
dry
right.
January. I do dry January, but I do it a little differently. I do it a little differently. But yeah, going to Miami.
Miami sounds
Vibes
fun,
should be
man.
good.
Yeah.
Clippers versus Heat. That should be fun.
Yeah.
You know, go to a nice little steakhouse.
I'm excited to hear the recap of the trip. Of course, what you can share. I know.
I can share everything.
I know there's some time
It'll
coding
be all
going
be fine.
How long you gone for, bro?
Leaving on Friday, so when you guys hear this pod, and I should be back Monday night.
Okay.
Nice.
Whole pod is gone for the weekend.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I won't be able to make your girl's birthday.
Yeah,
thing,
cottage
but
like thing. Yeah,
it's not like
for
I got
sure.
invited anyway, but
Yes, I mean,
You'll be having more fun for sure. You're not.
wow. See, like, I am excited for this cottage weekend. Clearly, somebody is not.
I for one.
Why I
am
went from
excited.
I guess excited, but for one, I'm ecstatic. I've been looking forward to this all year.
So I also play the clip where
It'll be fun. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're all gonna have equal fun
exactly
doing whatever we're doing respectively this weekend.
100%.
Okay, we'll check back in. This is one of those where we circle back on the podcast.
Yeah.
But I do want to hear, how Miami goes down. Of course, a gallus like yourself in a city like Miami.
Exactly. Like
It's kinda
Miami.
like-
I don't even know what the
Buckhorn.
definition of gallus is, brother.
You are the definition.
Anyway, next topic, bro. Next topic.
Yeah, you said you had a question for us. Like, what did you want to ask the group? No more performance reviews, please. Okay, I can't take that kind of failure.
That backlash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had two questions, but this we'll just do this one first. Have you guys ever been in a position where one of your friends, you meet their girlfriend, their significant other, could be a girl for your homegirl, and you meet their man or whatever, and you just something about it, you just don't trust it. You just don't trust that person.
Yes.
There's something a little, maybe
Yeah.
it's your intuition. Have you guys ever been in that position?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you do in that position? Because I've been in that position for sure.
That's what I'm here to ask you guys. I don't know.
Usually, I think it depends on the friend, but 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna say something. Omari knows.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm the friend that if your partner does one thing wrong, drop him, drop her, get
So how
rid
do you
of
tell
him.
the friend?
100%. He's definitely.
Just how you're saying, like the energy is off, something's off with them, like because I think. Using me as an example, when you're in it with someone, your blinders are on. You really can't see what's going on. Like you're so infatuated, you're so lost in the sauce. So I'm just like, as a friend, this is my job as an outsider. I don't have a crush on this person. That's you. So let me tell you, energy's off. I don't know what it is about them, but depending on the energy, I'll ask follow-ups. Like if say a guy seems sketchy, I'm like, does he have a past in doing these sort of things, or how does he behave around your sister? You know, what I'm saying, this little kind of questions.
So you would tell the homegirl that?
Yeah, for sure. I think you have to. It's your job. Like you're the one who's not lost in the sauce. So if you don't tell them, who's going to?
What do you think,
fair.
Chris, or Omari?
For me, man, I would say like it's tough to get in. Like I gotta wait for some clear evidence of something like maybe like fishy going on before I start, because I gotta be able to point to something. I can't just come back to like being like, hey,
you don't have a body cam, like you don't have cameras set up.
I mean, look, I don't have to be on spy patrol if there's like if they're actually sketchy.
So what type of instances are you looking for? Or I don't want to say you're actively looking for, but what type of instances would knock your radar off?
Maybe how they treat others, for example. You watch for slow, slight things like that, like how they treat like maybe a waiter or like somebody that they're just not, like maybe not involved in their life on a daily basis.
I'm talking about cheating though.
Oh, specifically.
Yeah, I'm talking about cheating. Like,
Oh yeah, even that. How they act with like the opposite sex, like you can kind of see it.
But are you gonna wait for evidence? Is my thing. That's because you're saying you want to wait for evidence.
Evidence would include that. So, for example, if like he's nervous ordering the calamari because the girl that's serving you has big boobs, I'm gonna be like, hey man, like there's something maybe going on here. I don't know what's wrong with dude, but he's sweating because she has her tits out ordering calamari.
I don't need no evidence.
I need
evidence.
Vibes don't lie. Because here's my thing is, when you're in it, you're always gonna find a reason for that not to be true. Like I have a friend who her boyfriend was living in Europe at the time, and she was hearing rumors about, I heard he kissed a guy at a bar. I heard he did this, and I said, yo, if you're hearing rumors, he did that shit. Like
probably,
yeah.
Like no one's just kissing people at bars. Like if you're not like that, if you're not that kind of person, you're just not doing that.
I hear you.
Okay. So it's like. But when you're in it, like for this person, for example, she was like, maybe they were just hugging. You know what I'm saying? Like she's like trying to figure out ways that it's not true because this is her man. She wants it to stay her man.
That's true.
So it's like you have to be the person who speaks up ahead of time and kind of plant the doubt so that they're like, I know I love them, but Omari said he saw him looking at the server's breast, and I don't like that. So yeah, no evidence for me, fam.
Yeah,
I need a little something.
Yeah, I think if it's a friend of mine and like I'm worried about like them being like kind of fucked over, like for sure, I'll just tell you right away. But I think you also have to look at like the relationship too. Like if you're kind of cool with somebody and like you don't have that relationship, they might just be like, "What are you talking about?" and like just think you're like, on some like other shit.
Yeah, that's what I'd be afraid of. My friend, I'm telling my friend something, and it took me a while to gather up enough, energy to say, you know what, I don't really trust X person,
and
then they turn on me.
Yeah.
Well, I had to have something to follow up to what you said. What if it's the other way around? Like your boy or your homegirl is the one doing the cheating? Because I've been in that scenario, and usually, like, I'll say this, like, the closer you are to me, I'm definitely not going to say nothing.
I've never been in that scenario.
Like...
Yeah.
No.
Smart.
Never.
Absolutely never. I can...
Plead the fifth?
No, I can confirm that. I retweet that he's never been in that scenario.
Thank you.
I got you.
Appreciate you. Aquarius gang.
But I've been in that scenario, and it's like if you're my day one, like, let's use a hypothetical, okay?
Yeah.
Let's say it was Ralph, hypothetical. There's no way I'm saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might talk to Ralph and be like, but this is, I'm saying this is Ralph. I'm not saying nothing. But if you're someone like you're not as close to me, then I might be like, I might urge them to say something. But I don't feel like I should say, because again, like, you're kind of the third person, but I might be like, oh, you should probably talk to her, or you should probably do this. Are you guys the same way? Like, say it's one of your close friends, or your homegirl, whoever, family member, and they're doing something wrong. Are you gonna say something?
It depends on their relationship. Like, if this is like your serious person, and whatever you're doing is gonna put at risk to that, and I do respect your relationship, then maybe I should delete this entire conversation because I'm going in circles. But no, if you truly value your relationship, and like I can see that this is a relationship that truly means something in the long term, like, yeah, I have to step up and say something like, yo, be careful. Like, what are you on?
How here's my thing. How far will you go in saying something? That's my thing, is like, because you could do a little bit of like, yeah, that's wrong. But it's like, will you...
Do I know both parties? Do I know my brethren and I know his girl?
Okay, you only know your brethren.
Homegirl?
You know your brethren, and you know the girl through him. So you don't know her, but like y'all been around each other a couple times.
Okay, so like your scenario with like Omari and his girl.
Yes.
Okay, so you can answer.
I'm super confused. What does that imply? That I'm?
Yeah,
I get
confused too. I look at Omari like, I'm like, wait, you
switch the hypothetical.
I'm like,
switch the hypothetical. If Omari was being grimy,
I'm so confused.
If Omari, no. What I'm saying is, if Omari was being grimy, because this is more.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry.
You're right. If someone as close to me as Omari is being grimy,
yes,
yeah,
I would actually say more and be like, bro, like, know this is wrong, this, that, and the third. Because this is so horrible to say, but most of the time, people stay. And so I always have that in my mind of like, even if you do say something and like it gets into I found out you did whatever, 9 times out of 10, people stay. So it's almost like if they're gonna stay regardless, I could just not throw this wrench in there. I know it's bad, but you know what I'm saying? Like, because there are times when like, Omari knows this couple, I'm not gonna mention them, but I knew both of them really well.
Yeah.
And the dude was crazy.
Slimy.
And like, I literally told her verbatim, like, yo, like, leave this dude. Like, do not go back to him, you know?
Yeah. And she was your homegirl.
I knew them both.
Oh, okay.
I knew them both as friends before they started dating.
Okay. And you talked to her and said...
him too, but her, like, he's past help, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, don't stay with him, whatever. And she stayed at us more than once. But it's kind of like, I'm sure she would have found out some way herself. But let's say it's a situation where like they both are in bliss, They think no one's doing anything. If I step in and I'm like, yo, by the way,
yeah, I don't want to be the one to pop that bubble or try to,
and especially if they're gonna stay regardless.
That's what I'm afraid of right now.
Yeah, I get you. You gotta you gotta let that run its course in those situations.
I don't want to be the nigga that I see the person hurt, my friend hurt, and like I already smelled like that's some bullshit. Because I think we've all been there. Like we've all not even just seeing like grimy shit. Like I think we've all been there. Listeners could probably agree to where you have a friend and they're in a relationship and maybe you don't like the other person, but you can't talk about it.
Yeah,
maybe that person has bad tendencies. Maybe maybe that guy's a asshole. Maybe his that your brethren's girl is a bitch. Like and we just tend to not say anything. I've seen it bleed over to the friend group. So I don't know. I'm in a weird position, but I don't want to say too much details.
I think my thing is I have to at least acknowledge that I know. That's what I think is my like base minimum. You know what I mean? So it's like whether you want to stay or leave, I could be like, listen, this is what I saw, this is what I feel. Because when I had a situation when I was in a relationship and it was extremely terrible. Everyone who knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I
was
was
wild. She's actually viral right now.
Yeah, I know who he's talking about.
Yeah.
I hate that bitch.
Which are all the best. And I wasn't like, my friends weren't telling me all the time like, yo, she's kind of sus for this or whatever. And after we broke up,
that's a good example.
Everyone was like, everyone had something to say, whatever. And I don't fault anyone for this because when my brother told me this, he's like, yo, like, we all respect you so much that, like, if you are into her, you must see something we don't see. Yeah. So it's like...
I was in that position for your situation, but yeah. It's just you and me probably weren't reasoning as much them times.
Yeah.
But I did find her a little... But it's my brethren. Like, I'm not...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Adriel, you haven't heard from me in a couple of years. Yo, by the way, your girl's a bitch. Like, I can't,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like... Yeah. But if I'm thinking retroactively...
Yeah.
Even if they would have mentioned a little something, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I would have put a little more doubt in my mind.
You would have accepted that?
And say it again?
You would have accepted that? If someone told you something, you would really take it in?
Because I was thinking some of those things, but when you're in it, you're trying to make it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're in it, you're not hoping this person's bad.
I was definitely trying to call you and say stuff for sure.
No, for sure. You were
I want to go ahead and put my hand up right now.
No, he's right.
And say I was calling about his health.
He's right.
I don't think you understand. I was actually calling to make sure he was alive, okay, not being like held down.
That's a fact.
Like I was like concerned for his
Omari was
health.
holding the torch. Like.
I swear to God, if there was maybe look, I understand where he's coming from. There's probably not many people around, but I was one of the only ones holding the torch on the island.
So you met her and you're like,
bro,
he didn't even need to meet her.
I didn't need to meet her. Yeah, she came up on my feed.
Just like that?
She came up on my feed one time. Fam.
Oh, that's all it took for me, bro.
And I said,
that's all it took for me, bro.
Nah, my brother's not okay. I said my brother's not okay.
Yo,
I had to call him.
He saw a video and called me right away and said, "Are you okay?"
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Bro, I'm cool. What's good?" Like.
Look, this is what you gotta do for your brothers, man.
Facts.
You gotta
look out for your mental health, like mental for your family.
So you know what? I was just on the phone with my boy about this.
Yeah.
Would you rather have your girl be outspoken about like her beliefs and the things that she wants, or would you rather that quiet girl? Because my ex was a quiet girl, but she was on BS. You know what I mean? But it wasn't the same BS that his ex was on.
BS.
Yeah, she was on like Bad Girls Club BS.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like there's difference, but she was mad quiet. So only I could really pre that something was off, but the people around me were like, "Oh, she's quiet, man. She's cool."
Those ones scared me though.
Yeah, those ones are the scariest ones.
I think I would prefer that one because then at least I can get a call from my brethren saying, "Yo,
fair. Nobody's gonna call you.
Yeah, now I'm just home. Like, yo, time bomb."
Yeah.
You know what? I think for you personally, I think I'd rather the same thing you rather like the outspoken.
Yeah,
because I do think I realize like I have a pattern where I have a thing for like. Girls who have like a social activism to them, you know, like I find that attractive. Somewhat of like someone who's at least in tune what's going on socially around the world, or feels like compelled about that. But I realize now that's not always authentic. You know, like it might just be like I feel like it's like some people that talk about black issues. They're not actually protesting or doing whatever, but they feel like they have to get involved. You know, so now it's like I'd rather that, but I don't know if I trust that in the same way. You know, like why are you so outspoken? Like, you know, like what is the reason for that?
Yeah. You know, I would say I'm just not with the bullshit, bro. Like if your beliefs
that's
are
the answer.
Yeah, that's really the answer. If your beliefs are in line with bullshit, whether you're quiet or you're loud, I'm not fucking with you. But
I would rather my girl be outspoken about and I'll say partner, like whoever your partner is, male, female, whatever.
Yeah.
I'd rather your partner be outspoken about like social political issues than like men versus women debates. I don't have time for that shit.
Yeah, that's out of here.
You want to talk to me about Yemen? Let's talk about Yemen.
Yeah,
that's cool. You know what I mean?
I get you.
I don't like Trudeau either.
100%.
If you want to talk about who wants to pay the bill, we could. But
I'm tired of that talk.
Me and Mark talked about this a lot, actually. I think that's like, that whole section of the internet, not even in my purview. And
I
so,
respect
And that's what I'm talking about with the bullshit. Like, I'd rather, if you're in that lane, like, just,
Or if
you
that
can be
even
loud
matters
or
to you.
quiet. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I don't really.
Like we literally
have
last
much
episode
to say
talked
with
for
this.
10 minutes, was satirically, of course, because we're not the relationship podcast, but
Definitely not.
niggas talking about a clip where a girl says mans can't cook. That looks sassy. Like we literally talked about that for 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And some people are really looking at that like, yo, like this is actually something that I believe in. Nigga, who has time to have these conversations?
it's crazy.
I don't know, man.
Man can't order apps and dessert. Who has time to have these conversations?
I think they're going to laugh at us
To
in 10
break that
years,
down
man.
is
in
crazy.
10 years, when all these things resurface, that's what we're doing on the internet, they're going to laugh at us.
Bro, the
100%.
aliens are looking. The aliens are here, bro, and they're like, "This is what niggas are arguing about."
Y'all have the whole internet, and this is what y'all do.
I can divide these guys
Yeah.
just by asking who pays for a date. Come on, man, that's probe.
Oh my goodness, that's probe.
This probe is crazy.
It's crazy.
Oh man.
like,
Anyway, we went on a tangent.
This
What we
is
got
a,
next?
This is a crazy podcast. This one I think is fitting because I just came back from a little trip. You're about to go on your little trip. Is it Toronto or GTA like the permanent stop? So I guess it's like, you know,
The final stop.
Final stop. This is where you're going to start your family, grow old. I guess for me, the answer is probably yes. I think there was a time when I thought differently,
Really?
but I don't think that anymore. I think that I'm probably will spend time other places for sure, extended periods of time. But I think now I feel like there's a very high chance that this is where I'll, you know, start my family and all that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. What about you guys? Is Toronto like
Oof.
the final stop?
That's a big question, man.
Or just the GTA in general?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brampton.
I'm
Toronto
not
adjacent.
moving,
Yeah.
not moving to Brampton. No, I think honestly for me, I don't think I would actually be in Toronto, man. I think I got to be somewhere maybe a little bit more hot. What am I going to, like a Caribbean type place or something like
And
that?
living there for like the last portion of your life?
No.
Like the last
What am
30,
I
40
starting
years?
like a family out there too? Like like actually moving out there and like doing that.
Do you think your partner would be open to that?
Oh, we've already discussed this for sure.
And so yeah, they'd be open to
they'll
that.
be open to this for sure.
That's interesting.
Nice.
So yeah, you know, it's like there's like some, you know, you got to figure out what that looks like in the next 5 years type thing, right? Like if we're gonna like start a family earlier than later kind of thing, or later than earlier, who knows, that kind of stuff. But
So saying Omar's gonna be the first father on the podcast.
most likely,
Hey,
most
nice.
likely,
He said most likely.
I would say so.
Yo, give it up for Omari, man. Baby on the way.
Yes, sir. Whoa, wow.
That-
Man said baby on the way.
That's
and
the birthday
nobody's
gift.
pregnant.
That's the birthday gift.
no
He was
way.
something sentimental.
Yo,
But yeah,
that's
like I would say,
crazy.
like yeah, man, somewhere hot, somewhere a little bit more hot, and somewhere that where I think like freedom seems to be just fading here in Canada, you know, and in Ontario specifically.
Okay.
Yeah,
I want somewhere where I like, you know,
You're a little more free.
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair.
I like that. What about you, Chris?
Yeah, I always kind of thought I'd stay, you know, GTA, maybe Durham, maybe like farther out, maybe like Brooklyn. I was like, that place is pretty nice. But I don't know, like right now, I'd say likely we'd like to stay local. We'd like to stay.
And you have
local.
businesses here, so it's a little different for you.
Got the business here, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, what would it be like to live in Texas? You know, like what would it be like to live in like
I said, you don't want a podcast in Hawaii, like
or Hawaii maybe? You know,
We'll come check
But
you.
yo, I'm with Omari with the you know the freedom. You know,
Yeah.
like
man.
there's like I don't know. There's some other places that seem to be a little more loose with what they can do and what they can get away with. But I don't know. I you know I'm born and raised locally, so I like it. But I'm gonna leave the door open.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting.
what about you?
What about you, bro?
Yeah, I wrote that question in the docket just because I don't know. This is the first time in my life. Like I feel like I have no ties. Like there's no like woman in my life. There's no kids. Like if I were to make a move, now's the time. Like I have the energy. You know what I mean? Like I'll be 31 just now, but like that's still a good age for me to like get up and go somewhere and do what I want to do. So yeah, I'm leaving the door open. Like obviously, what my plan would be if I were to leave is to maybe come to the city one weekend a month, record all the content that we need to record. Like I feel like the podcast will always be a thing, no matter what. But yeah, I don't see Toronto as like the end all be all for me, bro. Especially I'm trying to get into directing, and I don't really see it. And if it is, I'm happy. Like I'm born and raised here. I just don't feel that spirit from Toronto that I used to feel when I was a little younger, and I'm open to some types of changes. Like even me setting up and planning like a little weekend to go somewhere else, looking at different Airbnbs, going on TikTok, seeing different vibes that are going on, and what's more inclusive to people my age and my demographic. Like the world is a lot bigger than
just Toronto.
And that's me looking at Orlando.
Like, I think you would like Europe specifically.
I think I would have a good time in Europe. But I am black, so I don't know how great of a time it would be.
There's some parts in Europe that are a little bit more, friendly towards black people.
Oh, okay. Fair.
I wouldn't say like,
I'm not going to Portugal or anything.
Yeah, there we go. Just avoid some of these.
Do you have a place in mind, or you're just open in general?
I'm just open in general, bro. I'm open in general. I think that was another thing when I said last episode, to date with intention. I don't want to tie myself down to somebody I have no intent to, because now I feel like if I am committed to somebody, that's where we're going to be, and our paths need to align in terms of what we're going to do professionally. Someone's in Toronto and they have like 3 businesses in Toronto. That means I'm staying in Toronto because this is the person I chose, right?
Yeah.
I'm open, man. If I could fly to Phoenix next month and find a wifey, because I was only out there to maybe do some interviews with some artists or some shit like that, and I found somebody out there. I'm open to that.
Yeah, that's interesting. I actually get what you're saying, and especially about the freedom that Omari mentioned. I think personally, I was really like, there's almost no way I'm going to be in Toronto. Like that'll be my permanent stop. And I think I realized that there's so much possible in Toronto. Maybe not on a full-time basis, but I just think career-wise, I have this notion of like, for my career to grow to the next level, like I gotta leave Toronto, and I don't think that anymore. And so I think because of that, it's like I think if I could achieve everything I wanted to while still living here, and it's like I fly out for
a project,
a week here, a month here, But again, the cold.
That's another turnoff. Like my energy just different in the winter. Like my creativity's stunned. I don't know. Toronto, like I'm getting over it, man. I've been here 30 years.
Yeah. Also the pace and like just I would say like, price of living as well too. Like obviously we all know that's skyrocketing to the point where
that and the
that alone, man.
That and the pace, I'm with you, because I think I'm used to it because I've been busy for like a decade. But I'd rather not like have this.
I'd rather not.
And when I was in Victoria, there's no rush to do nothing. Like everyone's strolling to wherever. Like we'll get there when we get there. Like
less anxiety.
That energy that we have here, we're just used to it as people in Toronto, where it's like you could not be going anywhere and you're gonna like fast walk to the bus stop. As if like
just to stand in place.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's so ingrained in us to behave that way that like even when we're not in a rush, we feel like we have to behave in a rush. And when you go somewhere, and you probably see it in Miami too, when you go somewhere and you see that people are not all behaving like that, you're kind of like, they're not getting less work done by not being anxious and rushing, It's almost like we think that this anxiety is equaling productivity when there's other parts of the world where they're not moving like that and they're getting stuff done same ways.
You know what I think with Toronto? I think there's an exploitation of what we find popular and enjoyable. As soon as there's something that's enjoyable and popular, it's exploited. It's either becomes super expensive or there's some deep rules that get involved into it. You could take something as simple as going to the X. The X used to be a fun, enjoyable experience that you could take your family with. But now you have to spend an arm and a leg just to like be a part of the basics of the X. That's a great point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Great example.
The exploitation of the things that we enjoy it made the city unlivable. Like people used to just drive to Niagara Falls, see the falls. Now it's like consumerism killed Niagara Falls. You know what I mean? To the point where you go outside of Niagara Falls and it's literally like homeless people and crackheads just walking around. Like it's fucked up, man.
I think money will mean a lot in like all of our moves or not moves.
Definitely.
Because I think one thing I've always thought about is that if we were all millionaires, where is the best place to be a millionaire? Like where would you live if you were a millionaire? Get like, bang for your buck. Maybe it is somewhere like Texas, where you're seeing these 5-bedroom houses for $400,000, like
less taxes out there too.
So it's like, that's a big part of it, as well as like we've all been here. This is what we know. But if you really had the option, where would you go? I'm interested because I think that I'm probably gonna live somewhere else in the next couple of years. I see that happening for me. But I think how that goes will determine on like where you raise a family and everything. Because I think seeing like we're at the age where a lot of our friends are having kids or getting married and like
or have kids on the way.
Look, for the record, there's nobody that's pregnant at the moment. All right, guys.
At
so
the moment.
we can't do
at the moment.
Can't do
At
the
the
on the
moment.
way stuff.
What's the date?
So it's like seeing how our friends are like dealing with kids and that whole deal changes the way I will look at them living away from Toronto a little bit, because it's like I got family in Toronto. I'm sure that'll be helpful once that time comes for me. So that's something I think about.
For sure.
I think as I have kids, I definitely will move towards going to a smaller town. Less just like, the other thing too, with like Toronto being like so populated, you're talking about anxiety. It's like so many people like hustle and bustle. Like you probably noticed it when you were talking out in BC. I don't know if you'll notice in Miami, because Miami probably, it's a metropolis. But just like less people, so it's like less anxiety. People are in a better mood as they're walking around because they're not rushing. It's not like you get on the 401 and like rush hour. It's like every man against himself. It's like doesn't matter who's coming around the corner.
Facts.
Like he is your enemy, and they're cutting you off, and they do.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like small town, less people.
Yeah.
Can be chill.
All right, I appreciate you guys. Real quick before we get to the next topic, Adriel, I have a question for you.
Let's hear it.
Between Stacks Edwards and Omari, who's having a child first?
Omari for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even Chris said yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why?
I did? I don't know. He just seems like I don't know. He seems
like
like
he's
he's ready to
popping
be a dad, dude. He gives off big dad energy.
That's fair. That's fair.
If you do have a child before the race or a child on the way before the race, then you're definitely winning. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. You're beating me one-on-one. Because you have something to win for.
No, that is
my
hilarious.
God.
Look, I actually believe in this theory as well, because there are like, I feel like there's some sort of trend.
I mean, Luka's going crazy.
Luka's
right?
going crazy.
Luka dropped 73.
Fred
Van Vliet went crazy when he had his kid.
Yeah, Fred had 54 or something like that. So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Luka broke the white man scoring record.
Yup.
No white man scored more than Luka.
Let's stay here for a quick minute before we move on to something real.
Okay.
I see people pushing back on Embiid 71, Luka 73.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about that? Because some people have been like, no one plays defense anymore. The league isn't the same. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I agree. It's a combination of nobody's playing defense, like there's less defense intensity being played, but the rules are a product of that. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say it's a player's effort, because sometimes there's low effort. I'll admit that. But these scoring records it's a product of what Adam Silver's created in the NBA now, right? Like the defense, like you can do whatever you want on the perimeter, but you also have to add in the fact that players are a lot more skilled. 1 to 5. The spacing is making it a lot harder for somebody to play defense.
That's actually 100%.
Yeah, so now if there's no hand checking, if I can't guard you on the perimeter, it's either I'm allowing you to get a layup, or now the help has to come because I can't really stay in front of you anymore.
Yeah.
And if the help comes, damn near 5 guys on the team can shoot threes.
Yeah.
Facts.
Makes the game a lot tougher.
Yeah, I'm with Ralph on that one, man. I think it's just a combination of the spacing and the rules. The fact that you can't like hand check and like stop someone from like
You can't guide them.
guide them like from the perimeter as much, and then the space like to operate with now. I mean, there's like some stat I think JJ Redick had where he was saying there's like a lot more drives now happening compared to like even 10 years ago.
I could believe that.
Which like is insane to think, right? Because you think everyone's just like spotting up shooting threes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of going north.
The zone
and
is
south.
irrelevant.
Before it used to be the entry pass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like think about I forget who mentioned it, but they're saying on Philly, like their best entry passer is Nicola Batum, who they just traded for like, a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And so it's like, think about how many teams where they have maybe one person who get entry pass. On Minnesota, it's Conley. Like whenever entry pass has to happen, or Kyle Anderson when he's on.
Yeah.
But it's like, think about your full teams with like 8 guards who can't do an entry pass, but they could drive. Why I brought it up was because I think that everyone is looking at this wrong in a sense of backlash. Yes, the rules. Yes, no hand checking. But the dudes who are scoring these numbers are not no random dudes.
No, the players are skilled now, bro.
No,
Yeah.
Embiid is leading the league in scoring. This is the highest scoring. This is one of the highest scoring averages in NBA history. So if he scores 70, it's like, I can get it. Luka is number 2. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like, everyone treated it as if it was like Terrence Ross scoring 50. And I was like, Devin Booker, Dame last year, Donovan Mitchell. These are the guys you would choose to score.
I understand that, Adriel, for sure. But if you look at the top 10 scoring outputs in single game, 4 of them happened in the last 2 years.
Last year?
Technically, like in terms of calendar,
last calendar year.
In the last 2 seasons, that's how damn near half.
That's pretty
That's
wild.
actually ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
And okay, so I have a question for you guys. Unless you had more to your point.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I have a question for you guys. Can you guys foresee, because I can, somebody dropping 100 points in the next 5-6 years? Because I can. I think 100 is going to break.
I want to say yes, but...
Okay.
Luka could have broke 80 that game. Mind you, he had 7 assists.
He could have.
So he really could have broke 80. And I seen him passing out the fourth quarter. Cat had almost 50 at half.
Here's why I'm pushing back. Even though I do think it's possible, the Kobe 81-point game was a comeback. And he was killing, but the reason why he even played so much was because he was coming back, and that's part of the game.
Yeah.
The way the NBA is now, yes, there's a lot more comebacks because of the three-pointer.
Way more comebacks.
But I think you're more likely to see a player just kind of give up. Like if his team is down 20 in the third quarter, and the other team is like still playing decent, he's not gonna like hero ball his way into. That's more of like a different time.
You can't foresee a game where I'll give you guys like a hypothetical game. Phoenix is playing Detroit or San Antonio, and they're down maybe 8 throughout the entire game. Book starts off really hot, maybe like 27-29 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
There's no KD, there's no Beal. It's just Book getting buckets. Nobody can check him. And it's a close game, so he has to score.
You know what?
It's possible, man.
I think, okay, so here's my thing. I think it has to come from either Jokic or Embiid, if that's the case.
I don't think Jokic can drop
is
He
not
can't break
doing
100.
that.
No, the only reason why I'm saying that is because I think there has to be enough points that are very, very easy. Does that make sense? Like, I think they have to have enough of it where it's very high percentage shots, where it's like, okay, yeah, a jump shot is if you're hot, yeah, it's high percentage for.
So you think it got to be more layups,
but it's got to be a lot of layups, a lot of dunk stuff.
The only reason I don't agree with that is
stuff,
because if you are leading heavily in points in the paint within that game, which if those two were to do that, then you're 99.9% of the time you're winning that game. You're leading throughout that game. If you're killing in points in the paint, that means there's no resistance at the basket.
True. Maybe.
And that's the other thing I think too, is I think the culture has changed where, as fans, we were like, Luka, go get 80. Embiid, go get 75. But I don't think that's going to happen as much in the games. Like if a team is already winning, like let's say a scenario, they go up 10 points by the end of the third, and then they start the fourth on a 10-0 run. It's a 20-point game. I don't see Devin Booker staying in the game for another 10 minutes.
You'd have to be down, or it's a very close game.
Exactly.
Yeah, down the wire.
I mean, yeah, you can think of like a magical scenario. I just feel like, because like Embiid 73 came against like Wembanyama, you know what I mean? I'm not like, there's not no presence at the basket saying like, like to stop him or whatever the case is. I'm not saying
but they were
like,
dominant throughout. That's what I'm saying. So more often than not, honestly, Embiid should have got sent out the game maybe 5 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
To be honest, they wanted him to get the record, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, you would have to be down where you actually need the points.
Who would be your like top 3 choices of who you think could do it?
That could break 100 right now?
Yeah.
I'm putting Embiid number 1 for me.
I was surprised he even got to 70, to be honest.
Nah, I'm not putting Embiid.
I was surprised he even got to 70.
I'm surprised at the 70. Shout outs to him. I don't think he can break it. I got Ant.
Wow.
Okay.
I think he could break it if he starts off really hot.
What's the Ant's highest scoring game so far?
I think he got like 48.
What's his career high?
48 or 50.
Yeah, I don't
Pretty
know.
sure he dropped a 50 ball. I got Ant and probably Luka. Luka might be the guy.
Could be.
I think Luka's gonna be the
has a
guy.
solid chance.
Ant's career has 49.
49.
Yeah.
I think I disagree with your point about the easy twos being the gateway.
I think it's a trade ball.
I don't think the easy, because to me,
I think it's gonna be a combination. It's 100, so I think it's gonna be a combination.
No,
I definitely think combination, but I think there has to be a significant amount of like easy buckets.
But why I disagree is because from the big man, at least, of like them scoring inside, Kevin Durant said this a bunch of times. Most of these big games are like the coverage is not changing. If you look at all these Luka clips of him scoring, like some of these points he's scoring,
They look like layups.
But the thing was, if you actually watch the game, he was getting doubled a lot. And that was happening because he decided, I'm just going to start splitting these doubles instead of passing it off. So it's like the inside is almost the easiest cover to just throw people at. You get what I'm saying? Like if someone's killing inside, That's the easiest place to just go, okay, let's throw 2 bodies on them, make them the free throws. I like your Luka pick. I think he'd be up there. I think this person actually fits Omari's point would be Giannis. I think it would take a lot, but Giannis to me is the one who's like he
would need like 8 trade balls that game, 7 to 8 trade balls for him to get 100.
I don't.
With today's coverage, I think he would, because niggas would just shrink the. Okay, continue. Sorry.
I think Giannis, at least on this team, has more space in transition.
Okay.
And more space in the half court,
Mm-hmm.
and we've seen him have big free throw games. That's why I'm mentioning him. There's a version of Giannis that makes 20 free throws.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think to me that's the biggest part of it. So it's like anyone who can't make free throws is out of this.
Anybody else?
Or doesn't shoot free throws. So I had Luka, I had Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
My next one would probably be Shea.
Think Shea could get 100?
Yeah, I think Shea, he'd have to hit a bunch of threes, but I think that's like just the game he shoots a bunch of threes, because Shea's a high percentage shooter from all over the court.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I see times where he's double teamed, gives up his dribble, and just steps through and it's a layup. And I said, why is that a layup? You know?
Yeah.
So Shea would be the other one, because I think that I say him because he doesn't shoot threes often. If he had a game where he's just lighting it up.
Okay.
Interesting.
So we got Shea and Embiid, Luka, pretty much as our options.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and Giannis could potentially those 5.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
But you guys don't believe it'll happen though.
I don't really.
Getting that.
I don't think it'll happen. I don't think it'll happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Yeah, let us know in the comments. I want to know what everyone thinks about the 100-point game thing. Yeah. Could it happen? Very exciting. Okay, let's get to the meat of this episode, because I know this is the favorite thing that we love talking about here. When 2 black women beef. Nicki versus Meg.
Say that again. That was funny.
When 2 black women beef, everyone's favorite thing. You were excited for a second to see what it was going to be. You're like, okay, look at this. But the Nicki and Meg beef, I don't understand how the internet works anymore. This is the beef that made me feel old, because I heard Nicki's song and I was like, this song doesn't suck. But the internet let me.
You thought it was alright?
It was okay. And Nicki has like 10 songs like that like are fine, you know? So the fact that everyone hated it is like, when Nicki drops the same song every album, y'all don't hate it.
I think Nicki shouldn't have dropped the snippet though, and like talk on live. Like she sounded crazy on live. So
and
I think
the
that
tweets
hurt.
too.
And the tweets.
Yeah, I think
that's what got her.
That definitely hurt her.
And I think too, it's like the stuff that people are saying about Meg. I'm like, that is also bad. You know, like Nicki's doing is, you know, that's her family. So you know, let her live her life, I guess. But it's also like, what, like, we're just gonna let Meg get a pass? That's my thing, is like, you know, we're just choosing to get Meg get a pass. So,
who's winning the beef right now?
Well, Meg is, by public perception. I think people are saying Nicki took an L and it's over for her. I was on Reddit and saw a post that had over 200 comments saying, can Nicki Minaj recover from this?
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think any of the women really won this or anything like that. Like, I think they both lost. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's a double L.
That Meg bar was good. It was a good little bar. The Megan's Law thing, like, it had a lot of people going on Google.
I just don't think she won many fans over with this stuff.
Nah.
Both of them, I don't think won any fans over with this move.
I don't think.
You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, I think it's just a double L. Like, I don't think either of them like gained any sort of.
Who do you think had the most
with all the notoriety?
The most to gain, Meg, for sure.
Yeah.
I can't say double L though, because I think so. That it's only attributed to Nicki. Like, I think Meg looks goofy doing this, because like this is actually her single for her album.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's
washed up behavior. Only the washed up people do that, where it's like, my single is beef, like Kanye, Eminem, like, that's washed up behavior.
The game.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's washed up behavior. So it's like, Meg is in her prime, like, what is Meg, 27? Like,
literally,
and you're moving like you're 47?
But I think the thing with Meg too, she was kind of like, bongos flopped.
Yeah.
So this was kind of like her next step. I don't know, maybe her PR team's on some BS, but this was like the next thing. Like, yo, knock some heads off. You know what I'm saying?
I think too, like, to me, Nicki rap better than Meg. But also, Nicki shouldn't be replying in the first place. So to me, it's a huge L for Nicki, because Nicki to me has the like credibility to be above replying. A few people that I believe are above replying, like Jay-Z is one of them, you know? But Nicki is like the female Jay-Z in terms of being the greatest female rapper. Mm-hmm. So it's like, she really shouldn't be replying. That one Megan's Law bar.
It was literally one bar.
Yeah, and it's like,
she held that one.
And it's like, you could assume it's about you for sure because you're nasty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know you're nasty, so you're assuming it's about you, but it wasn't that direct. Like,
Yeah.
So it's like her jumping out the window is like, we'll put it in perspective. Say it was Nas. Let's put Nas in that spot, okay? And it's Nas and who's a young rapper? Lil Yachty. And Lil Yachty's rapping about, you know, I'm the recipe. They're trying to get like me. And Nas jumps out of nowhere and says, "You're talking about me," and drops a diss track. You're gonna look at Nas so crazy, like.
Well, I think the Megan's Law thing was more for Nicki's husband, right?
No, that applies to Nicki, but Megan's Law probably applies to mad people in the industry.
True.
So for Nicki to hear that and be like, "It's about me," that's my point. Is like,
I don't know the history of their beef though. I think there might be some history there.
No, they have history. They have history of their beef. But
yeah.
that line specifically, which made her reply, is a very broad line. When it's like, Nicki Minaj is not the only person who that applies to. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for her to it's like if a rapper is saying, "Oh, I'm better than all these rappers," that doesn't mean it's about you. You know? So that's what Nicki did. Is like it's not really about her. And she said, "Nope, I got this, guys."
But she always kind of like has something to say about other female rappers or whatever. You know, like she had her tiff with like Cardi B, Lotto.
I hate that shit, bro.
Yeah, why did she like that? Where she just wants to like instead of like champion or like connecting, she's like, "Oh, I got."
I think that's been a thing in the industry. Like a lot of women are starting to say that. Like she there's women that she doesn't connect with, and like they tend to have problems with her. And then there's a few women that she does connect with, and like she connected with Ice Spice.
I used to be cool with it because Nicki was a top dog. So basically every woman who got in the game would take a shot at her. It was almost like a rite of passage, you know? It's like, "Oh, I'm popping now, shot at Nicki." So I got it of like, you know, put the troops in line, Ray-Tay-Tay. But at a certain point, she was kind of giving them more shine by dissing them. Like, I think about Bear These Girls, we don't know Bear their songs, but we know they beast with Nicki.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's like, she's giving these people pub by replying to everything when it's like, again, like when you're a certain level, you just don't gotta reply. That's my thing is like,
so she's punching down. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, she's punching and she's missing.
I think it's her ego getting in the way. You know, she can't just like let stuff go. She's got to jump in there and just.
Yeah.
You know what, Chris, you brought up a good point earlier, yo. Who has the more to gain? Nicki doesn't have anything to gain off of this.
But she jumps in like.
Yeah, she doesn't really have anything to gain. Like, she has her tour coming up, but that's like your Nicki Minaj. Like, that tour
that's why it's ego her.
Did you guys see that tweet that apparently Nicki Minaj is broke?
No.
No. I wish
she's broke.
I wish I sent it y'all before. No, someone had like documents and shit. Basically, they're saying that her last album was paying off her debts from the label.
Oh, wow.
And so now she's just breaking even. And this tour is going all to like whoever she owes money to, the label, company, whatever. I should have sent it in the doc. Maybe we'll talk about it next time. Funny. But they had mad documents being like, yeah, like she's not even gonna make money off this tour. Like this is just to like break her even because
that's crazy. I'm going on a trip somewhere. I'm not gonna say where yet, but I'm going on a trip somewhere, and then the same weekend is gonna be her concert. So I don't know.
So you might be there.
Maybe I'll pull up and talk to Nicki.
Yeah.
Make sure everything's good.
Just tap in, you know.
Yeah.
After this episode,
Nicki's nasty. You know, like, yo, that was Adriel.
She's nasty for that, like for sure. But my thing is the Megan and Party beef. I was kind of siding with Party because basically everyone was saying he couldn't even reply just because he's a man. You know, I'm like, if on a personal level, like let's say it's your actually let's use my ex because that's more accurate.
Sure.
Let's say it's it's your ex and they're talking publicly crazy about you. You know, you're supposed to just
as soon as I respond, I'm sassy or whatever. It's like she brought me up first.
You know,
yeah.
And then the retort to that, people were like, "Yo," and whoever doesn't know, Megan created a track, and one of the lines was kind of alluding to her ex-boyfriend Party. That's what we're all talking about right now. Party responded with his own diss record, which I've never seen a couple ever do, or an ex-couple ever do. Respond to each other in diss tracks. It's kind of never seen that in my life.
Wild.
But yeah, he responded in a diss track. Adriel's right, in my opinion. If I'm Party, I'm allowed to respond. I'm an artist too, and I feel like that line was a shot to me.
And the stuff you said in the diss track, that's my point is, one, the lipo thing. So he basically called her out saying she's lying about getting lipo. Now, obviously, getting lipo is not a crime, but there's definitely some woman who has Meg on her vision board, and this girl's in the gym and starving. You know what I'm saying? This girl's in the gym and starving, trying to get like Meg, not knowing Meg got lipo.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like, but then when Party said that, everyone was like, how dare you expose her? And I was like, what?
She talked about me first. So what I was getting at was people were saying, "Oh, Party, how do you even know that line about like cheating was about you?" Meg knows what she's doing. She knows what her last public relationship was.
Come on.
She could come out and easily just say, "Hey,
it's not about him.
It's not about him." Done. And that would end then he'll look sassy.
Yes.
Then he'll look soft for making a diss track when it's not even about him. But she never did that. So now we're alluding to what you wanted us to think about.
I think Meg is the poster child for this new era where we just let things slide, like selectively, you know? Because I think that Party also saying that she was cheating on him and making him get into fights with dudes she was cheating with. If that happened to any one of us, pissed, you know? And so it's like, if that was a TikTok story you saw where a girl was telling that story, the comments would be killing her.
Crazy.
But when someone says it in a song, it's like, that's cool. So that's something, this is the start of this era of like selective politicking or selective canceling. You know?
I was kind of done with this whole situation when she went on Gayle King and said that she never slept with Tory.
That was crazy.
Like, At that point, I was like, come on, let's at least be honest about that, and then I can believe everything else, you know what I mean? But that made me like, if you're going to lie about that on live TV, then like, we're going through an entire case.
And my thing is, they're exposing her for certain shit, but no one's, like, everyone's on Nicki's side. Like, no one is saying Meg's bad for this, whatever, like, which I think is wild because it's a lot of women speaking on this beef in the first place. But what is going to be the turning point where Meg finally gets at, like, because people have been hating on her for that. That was a huge, people hated her when she went on Gayle King. You know, the Party beef, people really took her side. This beef are taking her side.
Yeah.
But it feels like stuff is adding up where people keep calling out Meg for certain shit. So I feel like there's going to be a reversal of this where she's going to do something. And everyone's going to be like, I'm done with her now.
I just feel like I'm a little disappointed that this is like, she seems talented, man. I just feel like
she is.
You know, for real, like, you know, like her and like Nicki, like I don't like that this is like something like even I would say trademarked in their career at this point. Like I don't think you'd be able to talk about the career that they've had and like just overlay this stuff. Like it's gonna be involved in there.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of sucks because I think they're too talented for that, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I don't think they gotta stoop this low and stuff. So I know stuff's happened to them, but especially Meg, but honestly, I don't know. I just think it's disappointing.
You know who I blame through all this?
Who?
Cat Williams. Because he started 2024 in beef, yo.
Yeah.
So now we got Meg versus Nicki.
Yeah.
We got Meg versus Party. We got Benzino versus Eminem.
Oh my
That's
God.
like a fucking 30-year beef. Who else? Drake versus Mos Def.
Yeah.
And yo, I don't know, man. I don't even want to get in the Drake Mos Def thing too much. But yo, Drake fans, let's be completely real and honest. Mos Def does not really care about any of the things you guys are saying. No. He's not backpedaling for Drake. Mos Def is just living his life, yo. He doesn't give a fuck.
He kind of semi-backpedaled.
He backpedaled a little bit, but that was through social media backlash because people were hating. Oh, who the fuck is Mos Def?
Yeah.
If you are asking yourself today,
who's Mos Def?
You're not a fan of hip hop.
It's fair. Yeah.
You are not a fan of hip hop.
I think too, it's just so interesting that I look at it more from Drake's side, because look how far we've come, where Drake had that bar on All the Dogs, where Mos Def was the first person to pay him for performing on Away From Home. And only a few months later,
this happens.
This happens.
I don't even think Mos Def dissed him like that. If I go out for like shopping or whatever, I'm gonna hear Drake.
No. Mos Def is just saying.
Yeah, he dissed him for sure.
If you speak Mos Def, he's
Do you guys listen to the whole like interview clip?
Yeah.
And
I didn't feel like he was really going at him like that.
No, I just think like that's just like a side that's a really like side of the mouth type comment, bro. Like he's an actual like think of the songs you know where Drake is like really rapping all the way to 2024 now. You see what I'm saying? On all the dogs. He does
also, to be fair, and I listen to a lot of Drake.
He does both. But I'm saying like it's the fact that he does both.
And Mos Def knows that Drake raps.
Yeah.
And my I think it's a diss, and why I feel like why this whole backlash is happening and he's backpedaling is because I think of all people who knew it was a diss, Drake knew it was a diss.
Yeah.
That's how I'm looking at it. Like,
you think it's something deeper that we don't know?
Yeah,
for sure.
I think that we're just like deciphering it, and his diss was very smooth because even some people are saying it's not really a diss.
I mean, he's a wordsmith.
But Drake knows it's a diss because the question was, is Drake hip hop? That's a very simple answer.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're asking Mos
Drake is
Def.
hip-hop.
Like,
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can either
100%.
say yes or no.
yeah.
The Mos Def did not need to go into this whole thing about shopping. I mean, and when you watch the
This shit
clip
was funny
again,
still.
and the laughter Mos Def has is like, don't ever laugh like that talking about me. Like,
He even like made a comment like how wild it's gonna look on the interview or something.
he knew. But that's something is like,
He's a smart nigga, man.
he knew what he was doing. That's
He knew what he was doing.
And my thing is like, why it's so I guess cool for Drake is probably the most famous rapper of all time at this point. You know, most successful, everything. So it's like he's getting hated just for being the biggest artist. You know, like
I would say so.
it's not a problem with like his actual music anymore. You know, like that was the early issue. Why is he singing? He's so soft.
Yeah.
Like think about like you're so popular that it's hate you for being popular.
So if you don't like Drake, you're a hater?
No, but you can hate Drake for whatever reason it is, but most of the time, it's just because he's popular. Yeah, people have to go against the mainstream. Because Drake raps just as good as anybody, you know?
Yeah, man, I would say, like the last 5 tracks off All the Dogs with like, you know, Alchemist, like, you know, making those beats and stuff. Bro.
Conductor, yeah.
Yeah, that Conductor, that's
sold you,
crazy.
Conductor.
No, well, that was a piece that I think a lot of us that really wanted Drake to like rap was just missing. You know, there's been a lot of people that have been like, you know, I want a Drake rap album, blah, 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 blah. So I think that like kind of gave them that crowd what they were looking for.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm with you on that. Also, too, it's like that end of the album.
Yeah.
By itself, that could have been like album of the year if that was released on its own,
As
like,
his own EP or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, this is why I always say about Drake, and I stand by this. Drake has probably 40, 50 songs that if those were someone else's song, that'd be their biggest song.
100%.
You know? And it's like I think about a song like Away From Home. If Away From Home was Moneybagg Yo song, that'd be like a standout in his catalog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he has good tracks already, but he has nothing like that. Drake has so many songs that are like, he's the only one doing songs like that. So, yeah, the beefs are all great. The beef I'm the least interested in is Eminem and Benzino.
Yo,
How's
to
that
be
so
honest,
That's
man, that
crazy
Doomsday 2 from Eminem, it wasn't bad.
I didn't listen still.
I didn't know.
Is that the
Yeah,
one with
no.
Juice? Is Juice in that?
The one on
It's on the Lyrical
Yellow.
Lemonade.
Oh, that's where,
the
yeah,
yellow.
yeah,
That should have been the single. That's how guys. Don't you think that should have been the single? If I was
Nah.
no,
I don't want Eminem to be my main single in 2024.
I
I like what they did. They did the singles were the Jack Harlow and Dave track.
yeah.
Yachty had a track with Keith that they really pushed.
Okay, that was it.
And
That
there
was
was a
after.
Juice WRLD and Jid. That's
The Gus Dapperton. And
yeah.
Joey Badass. I think the Eminem should have been the single because I feel like we all
Really?
because first of all, it's the best Eminem we've heard in years.
He was actually rapping on that one.
And then
Like it sounded nice.
yeah, so it's like we would have been surprised. Like you would have so surprised. You're like, oh my god, good Eminem.
Yeah.
Everyone had their antennas up for the album. Like, if he has a good Eminem verse on this, imagine what else is on this.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. Any thoughts on the Eminem and Benzino beef before we move on?
Nah, I'm good, man.
none.
I'm good, bro.
None.
I'm good, man. Shout out to
my
Coil Ray,
goodness.
man.
Yeah. Her little tweet where she said, "Who the fuck said I wanted an Eminem verse?" I thought that was pretty funny.
Shit.
Yeah, let's talk about Super Bowl a little bit. By the time, I guess
This will be
out
on
before.
before Super Bowl. Super Bowl's next Sunday, so yeah.
Yeah.
We got an all red and white Super Bowl, essentially, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, let's hear your conspiracy theory about that because I feel like there's something there.
What we were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
No, I heard rumblings that a lot of conspiracies going around with the Taylor Swift and the Chiefs. I guess one of the interesting ones I heard was today is I guess she's like a big supporter of Biden. And so they're saying that she was like pushed. They were like pushing the Chiefs because they're gonna drop a bunch of like subliminal Biden promo and stuff throughout the Super Bowl. Also, I guess Pfizer is another one that because Pfizer, Travis Kelce does the Pfizer commercials for taking the next vaccine or whatever. And so they're saying some sort of, so Pfizer's got a lot of deep pockets. Maybe they're pushing a little bit of an agenda. Is the thought?
I think that would work. I'm not gonna lie to you. That would be one of the best PR strategies in years. If Taylor Swift, they go all subliminal for the first half, and then at halftime in a commercial, you just get that
Joe Biden pops up.
That Taylor Swift endorsement of Joe Biden. Like that could be the election right there. As crazy as that sounds, Because I saw a stat. They said 1 in 5 Americans. They said they would vote for someone who Taylor Swift endorses.
Crazy.
1 in 5.
That's
You
crazy.
see the revenue that she generated for the NFL?
Yeah.
300 and something million.
331 million, actually. That's what it was.
God damn.
Yeah,
This
look at the
guy.
exact number right there.
Boy.
Look, guys, I'm deeply invested in what's going on here. My girlfriend is a Taylor Swift fan. So, I have no choice but to be. But I wanted to say two things, I guess, about the Super Bowl here, or ask two questions.
Yeah.
One, are we all in, like, I would say, like, just agreement that Patrick Mahomes is on path to be the best quarterback of all time?
Yes.
Second best quarterback of all time.
See, I knew there was going to be some people saying nothing elsewise.
Yeah,
Who would you say is the best quarterback of all time?
That's a stupid question I ever asked.
Tom Brady.
Come
Okay.
on, man.
TB12,
Look,
baby.
I'm a Brady stan, too.
He's talking with his heart.
I get it.
Talking with his heart.
But
I get
Mahomes
it.
is...
No,
anyway.
Mahomes is gonna be top like 3.
Yeah.
Especially if he
ever.
wins the Super Bowl.
He's
Yeah,
young,
like,
too.
really.
He's
27,
still
28,
young.
man. Shout out to Mahomes, bro.
I think, if we get here a second question, I think he actually is on pace to be the best of all time.
Thank you.
But I think Tom has us a place in our hearts
I get it.
all the time. But it's like, if Tom was doing what Mahomes did at this age, like,
Bro, it would be
The
nuts.
thing is that I rate with Tom, he did a lot at the end of his career, bro. He
I know what
got
you mean.
chips like towards the end, like that Buccaneers chip. Really
That was a
kind of
crazy
That
one.
solidified it.
cemented him. That cemented
that was a
him. He
crazy
could
one.
leave
And
do
he
that.
beat Mahomes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. He's one of the.
Yeah.
He's one of the. I mean, it's him and Burrows that are the only two quarterbacks that
Yeah.
have beaten Mahomes.
To be honest, Joe Burrow right now to me is the second best QB in the NFL, in my opinion.
over Lamar.
Yeah. Joe Burrow, I think he's better than Lamar.
I don't know.
I got Stroud.
You have
coming
Lamar
close. I
over?
know Stroud's a rookie, but I got him actually close.
Really,
man.
eh?
Bro,
You like
Stroud is
Lamar over
nuts.
Burrow?
Yeah, I got Lamar over Burrow. He's just like, I just love the way. For me personally, I just love the way he plays. He's like a second running back there at times.
No,
He
Lamar's
plays
nice.
hard.
Lamar's nice.
And I love Burrow. Burrow's like, he's a good guy. He seems
Yeah.
like he'd be cool at parties, but like, I don't know. I gotta see him more in the playoffs. See if he can-
I love black QBs. I rate Lamar. I wish he stepped up in that last match,
know.
but it is what it is.
Yeah, that was a choke job.
It
It was.
You know what hurt my feelings? I was seeing all the memes this week because I'm a Cowboys fan. Is that they're all, that thing where it like morphs from one to another. It goes from
where's the sad-
Lamar
where's the-
into
Dak?
into Dak. I was like, son of a.
Where's the sad button?
Man.
You gotta
So
click the sad
who do you
button.
have for who do you have for Super Bowl 58, man?
Oh man, I'm a Cowboys fan, so obviously fuck San Francisco. But I don't
Want
really
the Chiefs dynasty to continue, eh?
Nah, man, I like Patty. I like Travis. But man, I don't know. Just enough of Taylor Swift. You know what? Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy as a quarterback
Yeah.
is an interesting story. He's just like he's the average guy. Just he's a systems quarterback. They put him in. They got the right guys around him. It could be cool.
I got to see how this develops.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be
I'm
fast.
going for the Chiefs, bro.
yeah.
I went
Go
for the
for the
Chiefs.
Chiefs,
as well.
Chiefs, I'd say is.
I like
smart.
McCaffrey
Yeah,
and I like Purdy. I
yeah.
don't like Nick Bosa because I heard he's a low-key racist.
Is he?
That's what I heard.
I heard that as well.
And I heard his girlfriend was retweeting like the N-word bare times.
Oh, gross.
So I don't really like that. But anyway, that's not football related.
I do have a second question though, because I didn't get to ask it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
You are a co-host on the Mayor's Office podcast.
All right. Oh, I don't want to cut in there, but the Usher halftime show. Do we think he's a big enough act?
Bro, what?
Can we save that till we say our predictions?
Okay.
'Cause I like that. That's great, but it has nothing to do with
it's
football.
okay.
You're hanging out with
Yeah.
some white people.
Yeah,
Bro,
but
I
Taylor-
know. Look,
I can't wait for
Usher.
Taylor Swift.
I
Usher.
love Usher.
Is Usher a big enough act? Like,
No, there's a lot
Who's winning the game?
bigger acts than Usher, man. Come on now.
Who's
Let him
winning the
Super Bowl.
game? I think the Chiefs are gonna win.
yeah, I think he's gonna win too. It feels weird being a
money
Chiefs
on
fan
Chiefs.
now because now that they're like a dynasty, it's almost like everyone wants to hate the
Yeah,
big
they're like
team
the
that-
new Pats.
Yeah.
Yeah, the new
Yeah.
Pats and new Warriors, and so that feels weird being a Chiefs fan now. But I was saying this to Chris earlier. Taylor probably picked the best team to be a fan of.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's facts.
And one of the best QB tight end combinations of all time.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I would say
yeah,
him
yeah.
and Kelsey are like.
no, she picked a great team to be a fan of. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Think about if she joined a team where no one knew who the quarterback was. Like think about that. Like how crazy it is. Like Pat Mahomes is already big time.
Yeah.
Think about
No,
she joined
she's
the-
smart for that.
Yeah,
She's smart for that.
she chose only the players from.
Didn't they? Wasn't he doing his podcast with his brother, and then he like just mentioned it, and then that's how it kind of.
Yeah.
And then
I
she
think
went
it
to the
started-
game, and then he was like,
and they
"Whoa."
started dating from there.
Yeah, I got to credit to her team. They definitely scoured the internet for all the clips. They know they know what to look for. So you're asking if Usher's a big enough artist?
Now we're good. Yeah,
I think it's a legitimate question. Like when you look at this, when you look at the Super Bowl performers previously, can someone pull this up, please? The previous.
Okay, at least do the last five. The last five. Pull up the last five.
I'm not gonna. I think Omari's is spending time with too much white people.
No,
Yeah,
I think Usher's a big enough act.
Usher is big
I'm
enough
on
for the
that
Super
team.
Bowl.
There
But
aren't that many artists bigger than Usher. So it's like
no, Shakira's bigger. She's worldwide. I'd say she's more worldwide than Usher. I like Usher's music.
Shakira's not bigger than Usher.
Do you want the list? Do you want the
But we're
list of
talking
the
about
last ones?
America's sport right now, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I understand what you're
and
talking
Shakira's not bigger than Usher
but
still.
There's
Shakira's
a
not bigger
nigga in
than Usher.
Nebraska that doesn't know who Shakira is.
She's bigger in Spanish countries, but she's not bigger than Usher, bro.
This is America.
Usher's one of the best-selling albums in the history of music.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but
I think Usher fits right in. You got Usher, Rihanna last year, Eminem, Dr. Dre, The Weeknd.
He's on all those levels.
Come on,
Yeah.
bro.
okay.
I
I'm on Usher's team.
You said
so
Eminem and what was the other one?
I'm not saying otherwise.
Yeah, we got so
The
Usher,
Weeknd?
Yeah, Eminem and Dr. Dre 2002, The Weeknd 2021, Shakira, Bad Bunny.
Usher fits right into it.
Maroon 5 in 2019.
The only thing you can do bigger than Usher right now is Drake and Taylor.
Literally.
And Beyonce. And
That's
Beyonce
fair.
already did it.
Yeah.
I mean,
fair.
in 2019, Big Boy was a part of it. Like, I love Big Boy, but like Usher, Big Boy,
This is fair. This is
you know?
fair.
Racist.
I am on Usher's team.
Racist.
I don't know why I was said that I wasn't.
Okay.
Who's
Yeah, I've been on
delete
Usher's
that.
team
I'll
this
delete
whole
it. I'll
time.
delete it. I'll delete it.
Like,
Who's asking though? Who
Can you put the allegations, false allegations? You know the Rick Ross, like where he's
Yo, we
like,
should add that.
you gotta add that.
that drop? But who's
That's a
asking?
good
I just don't know. Like, who's even? Again, it's a question. I don't think it's a question at all. Who is even wondering?
No, my girlfriend was having this.
I
argument.
know.
I told you, it's the whites.
Oh, wow. She's
It's
making.
the
So I was on
whites.
Usher's team,
Bro,
guys.
she's making us look bad.
Yo, she lost some points for that. Still.
Yo, make
it's
her
okay.
never come to this
I
pod.
understand.
Yeah, that's a crazy. And you know what was
And you're
crazy?
gonna give her a half black baby?
Man, relax, relax, sir. We're gonna have to have this man relax over there.
And you know what I think too? I think she's probably too young and too white to even know how crazy the question is.
I was look. This is how I thought of it when I first.
But she's not looking at it like a football fan like that, really, and she's not looking at it like what.
Bro, it's Usher. Like
I know.
She's 26, bro.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like,
But-
she's so young and white that she that she doesn't even know what she doesn't know. You know what I mean? Like
that is crazy.
He's so young and white. No, he's actually
Yeah,
He's
like,
not wrong. He's not wrong.
yeah, because
But
someone said this last year about Rihanna. I don't know if you guys saw that.
yeah, for sure.
Someone said last year about Rihanna,
Yeah.
and this is something and it actually happened at your birthday party, so it's great we're here.
Yeah,
I think as black
it wasn't a
people,
birthday party. It was a Super Bowl party. Those were all my
sorry,
birthday.
Super Bowl. Yeah, your friends, man. Sorry, your birthday.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Your friends, man. Your birthday party.
Yeah.
I'm dying. But I feel like as black people, if there's a successful white person, we elevate them above the black person just
Shannon Sharp
subconsciously.
just did it with Taylor and Beyonce.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And when we played a game at his Friendsmas where it was like, who is the biggest net worth? And the answer was Rihanna. And
People are fighting for Taylor.
and they were fighting for Taylor. And I said, she could have made $1 billion this year. That's not how net worth works. She's not worth $1 billion because she made $1 billion.
And the girls were fighting for it, bro.
And because Taylor's super successful, they just assume she had more money than Rihanna. And I'm like, that's something that like we do as black people that we got from the whites that we got to cut out. You know, it's like the list I did last week or last episode about the 04 albums.
Yeah.
All white artists. Number 1 was Usher,
Yeah.
who sold twice as much as number 2.
Yeah.
You know, the black artists can be just as big or bigger.
Yeah.
And it's like Usher. Like, let's stop right here. Who is above Usher that say this next year Super Bowl?
That hasn't done a Super Bowl yet?
Yeah, who would like if you're trying to go above
I just said
Usher?
it. There's only 3 people, really. Drake, Hove, and who's the woman I said?
Taylor?
Taylor. That's it.
Yeah.
I would say Usher's ahead of Hove.
In terms of giving a quality performance, or in terms of like infamy?
Quality performance, and in terms of like popularity.
Maybe.
There's mad people who know who
yeah,
can. who
yeah,
can't-
that's
can't.
true. That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
like that.
I agree with that. I agree with
Yeah,
that.
so
you're
it's
good.
like-
You're good.
It's a decent-
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
I'll let it be. Yeah.
No. So my point is, Usher is basically the upper echelon of like performers, acts you could have.
Yeah.
But the whites,
Yeah. They elevate.
you know, they're like, he's black. How good could he be?
Look, man, I was on Usher's side this whole time here, so you guys
Oh,
just
it's your
vindicated
girl.
me.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah,
actually right.
that's all. I'm okay. I'm
You're
happy
right,
you
you're
guys.
right.
And you're super excited for her birthday party.
Oh, of course.
And the gift.
Yeah, the gifts. There's 2 gifts.
Gifts.
There's 2 gifts.
Oh. Okay.
We gotta make that a drop.
Gifts. Oh shit! What else we got?
my
TV,
God.
film. Where are we at?
Let's talk a little bit of Raptors before you
Okay.
get to TV and film. Siakam on his new team, Indiana Pacers, OG on his new team, New York Knicks. The Knicks are 12-2 as of now since the OG trade.
Something like that. Yeah. At the time of recording.
My favorite thing that has happened since all of this is the love Pascal is getting. Because that was not happening in Toronto and he was putting up the same stats. I saw 2 posts back to back, came home from wherever I was, and one was on like House of Highlights or something, and it said, Pascal is balling. He was never balling in Toronto. Next post that said, Pascal has been on one lately.
Wow. Yeah, that's some real
Same
love
one
right
he
there.
was on here.
And it was a game he had it was like 21-6.
I'm crying.
And I said, this is like, and it's like, this is
that's like
something.
an average game for Pascal.
Yo,
Like,
that's the American
how-
media,
The
bro.
American media, but I'm happy for it because there was this. I talked about last pod, this rumor or this idea that the Raptors players are overrated. You know, Fred's overrated, Kyle's overrated. Wait till they go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Now Kyle hasn't really done the best for us in that regard. Obviously, he's old, heading into his 50s soon. But Fred, OG, Pascal.
Kyle went to another NBA Finals.
He
Like he
did,
wasn't producing,
facts.
but he went to another NBA.
You know,
Finals.
so it's
But
like,
continue, yeah.
we're getting to see them do well. So I think at least around the league, they're gonna look at the Raptors differently. Of like, because most people didn't know about OG like that until he was in
For
trade rumors.
sure.
You know, like trade rumors was the first time they heard of OG. There's a lot of Knicks fans who are seeing OG for the first time as a Knick.
I seen clips of NY fans when the trade happened calling him OG Booty or they don't want
crazy.
They don't want to pronounce his name properly
That's
and all
crazy.
this shit. They're like, who is this guy? And then
And
now
now-
he's playing.
Yeah,
Right?
now
So
they're like, they
you're
love
right. The Raptors players were very undervalued, and they're flourishing in their new roles.
I love the love.
Siakam's gonna get a great contract. He's been hooping. OG is gonna get a great contract. I'm happy for both of them. It still hurts to see that they're in other jerseys, but at the end of the day, they're both two professionals, and the team looks like they're going into a player development mode right now. So it wasn't really worth the time to keep those two guys, and
Yeah.
we probably weren't gonna re-sign them, and they weren't part of the future plans. But that doesn't mean they can't flourish in other situations.
Yeah, I'm happy to see it. I'm really happy to see it. Let's get some quick predictions. Just throw them out there so we could be right about something, okay? Before we move on. Someone who's gonna get traded in the next couple of weeks. Do we have? We called it. We kind of called it a shot with Pascal and the Pacers. It happened
Yeah.
like the day after the pod.
It
I
was
think
the day after.
It was, yeah.
Yeah,
Darn.
you know. So
Almost got him.
let's hope we can call something. Omar, I'm gonna go to you first. You're the Lakers representative here.
I'm dead.
It-
The resident LeBron.
Yeah, give me
Whisper.
a trade you either want to happen or you could see happening, and let's get something right so we can get in those algorithms.
You're talking about for the Raptors here.
No, any team.
Oh, for
NBA.
any team.
Any
Oh my
team.
God. The Lakers are very desperate, man. So I gotta say that the DeJounte Murray move might be the move they make. I think I seen something where it was like they get DeJounte Murray, the Nets actually are involved, and they get D'Angelo Russell. So it's a 3-team deal.
That's a real thing. Yeah.
and and like someone gets picks. I think it's the Hawks that get the picks. or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I think that's a good move.
I saw that report too. Very interesting. It's the Nets and one of their two other teams want D'Angelo Russell. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
It did. Yeah.
I thought that was so
Yeah.
interesting. I was like, man plays good for 2 weeks, and all of a sudden,
Yeah, now that
Team-
people,
teams
actually
want
bidding
him?
for him. So I think they got to. They're desperate for a move, so I think they got to actually make a move. So I think they're going to end up getting rid of D'Angelo.
DeJounte to the Lakers.
Yeah.
You got one? You want to call your shot?
I think Zach's getting traded.
Okay.
Where do you-
That's
where
a
do you
good
see
one.
it?
Where do you see?
I could see him either going to the Kings
That'd be
or
crazy.
Golden State.
Nah, Golden State I think would be a bad fit, but
That's another score.
Yeah. I was going to say
I
Zach
like the
LaVine
Kings,
too,
though.
but I was going to say Zach LaVine to the Pistons.
ooh,
That was going to be my guess because I saw a report that the Bulls don't want to start over. They don't want to do like a whole
Okay.
restart. So
I like Zach on the Pistons.
get some of the Pistons young players.
yeah. For who though? Like,
As long
who
as
they
they
gonna
don't
get from
trade
the
any
Pistons?
picks.
I'm thinking it would be like maybe one pick, Ivy, Bagley and Bogdanovich, something like that.
Bagley's gone.
Oh yeah, sorry about
Okay.
that.
I wouldn't trade Bogdanovich. He's actually hooping.
I wouldn't want to do. I would if I was them. I would probably make it Ivy and Stewart.
Okay.
Isaiah
something
Stewart.
like that.
Yeah. I like that.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
interesting.
cool.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Zach LaVine going to the Detroit's like
It's very stupid, but I
it's
can
kind
see
of
it
dumb,
happening.
but I could see it. Yeah.
Yeah, the player that I do want to see get traded already got traded in Terry Rozier. I've been wanting that to happen.
Yeah, we've been wanting this to happen. That's a great trade.
Yeah, I like that trade for sure.
But the person I do want to see get traded is Bruce Brown. I think Bruce Brown could actually help someone.
Yeah.
win,
Yeah.
You know, so
And the Raptors could probably fleece some picks.
I think worst case scenario for the league is if Bruce Brown goes back to the Nuggets.
Yeah.
that would be wild.
That'd be
If
interesting.
he goes back to the Nuggets, it's just game over. We're just
Bro, the Nuggets are so good.
yeah, they're
Like,
just disgusting.
Did y'all watch the
They're
Bucks?
actually so
did y'all watch the
wild.
Bucks game?
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah. Look, man. Yeah, they're one Bruce Brown away from a like guaranteed.
they might not even
championship.
need Bruce
I
Brown.
don't- They might not need him, but
But
yeah,
if
he's
they get
added
it-
help off the bench
yeah,
for
he
sure.
would have,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, the moment we've all been waiting for.
Moment we've been waiting for.
Mayor's office.
Omari's baby reveal.
Gender reveal.
Oh, so we're doing first he reveals the baby's coming, then he reveals the gender.
I thought you revealed.
You don't want to do. You don't want to do. Someone's
The
gonna clip this.
sonogram.
Someone's got to clip this. You don't want to do. Whenever there is the baby reveal, I'm gonna have like the video of me beating Ralph in the race. When I pass the line, it's gonna something's gonna pop, and then the reveal is gonna be. You guys like that? You guys
Yeah.
everyone
Maybe
like
make
that?
like
Everyone
the
on board with
ribbon.
that?
I like that.
I think that's
Okay.
kinda cool.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that.
Can we live pod from the baby shower?
Run the race at the baby
Maybe.
shower.
Maybe guys, we
could
might
do
be onto
that.
something. We might be onto something.
I have an idea too.
What's up?
When we're playing 1-on-1 and you're trying to be super fast and you go for a steal and I shift you and you fall, I'll look at the camera, I'll go in my pocket and rip your contract from the podcast. So either or could work.
Look, man, look. Adriel's played basketball with me for I don't know how many years now. Have you ever seen me get dropped?
No.
Thank you.
All right, cool.
He's also super low to the ground. Like,
It's impossible.
Yeah, like
It's like impossible.
Well, what moment are we waiting for?
films that turn 20.
Oh, yeah. So films that turn 20 and some films I'm anticipating. You guys are going to be very surprised. 2004 was a really, really good year in film. Yeah, surprisingly. A lot of
Actually,
different
that actually
genres.
makes sense. Yeah.
Was that Bush's second term? Great time.
But yeah, that was Bush's second term.
Are you guys ready to hear some of the movies that turned 20 this year? Mm-hmm. Shaun of the Dead. Spider-Man 2, arguably the best Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, that was a good one. Very good one.
The Incredibles.
Yep, great movie.
Anchorman, the first one.
Very good
Oh,
movie.
wow.
The SpongeBob movie.
Wow, good movie.
Harry
Classic.
Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Classic.
24 was going dumb. I mean,
Yeah,
04 was going
yeah,
dumb.
Yeah.
Hotel Rwanda.
Yep.
Wow.
Kill Bill Volume 2.
Kill Bill. Wait, Volume 2 was 04?
That's
Yeah.
nuts. Yeah.
I would have thought earlier.
I got some hitters for you guys. Ready?
They're already hitters. You've already said, bro.
Mean Girls.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
Big shout out White
true.
Castle.
Yeah.
iRobot.
Ooh, that's a that's
Wow.
a very deep cut right there. That's a good one.
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball. Hot take. Dodgeball better than Anchorman.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think there's more laugh out loud moments in Dodgeball than there is in Anchorman.
Yeah.
Am I?
That's a tough one.
Anchorman was
Tough one,
Anchorman
man.
was
It's a tough one.
was the main.
The first
Sorry.
Anchorman was really
It was
good.
It
It
was,
was.
but Dodgeball.
Bro,
Dodgeball is pretty good.
there's someone that got hit with a wrench.
Bro, I was saying you can
Dodge a wrench, you
dodge a
dodge a
ball.
ball.
That's
That's
crazy.
classic. All right. That took it.
Michelle.
Shrek 2,
Shrek 2?
which is better than Shrek 1 in my opinion. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Wow.
Banger.
I think Shrek is the best animated series of all time. Now, movie series.
If we have more time, we can delve into that, but I'm not mad at that take.
Yeah, I do think
I
that.
disagree, but we'll take
That's
time.
fair. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's some of the big Napoleon Dynamite. There's some of the big hitters.
You know what? You know what I realized from this list? That era of comedy is so different from this era of comedy. If you look at like Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, Napoleon Dynamite,
Yeah.
Dodgeball, Anchorman, like there's a homogenous kind of thing to all those movies and like a style of comedy that you don't see as much now.
Oh, I got two more. Sorry, The Butterfly Effect and The Notebook.
Wow.
The Notebook
Those
is
are
04.
both very, very good too.
Yeah, so those are a lot of good movies that came out in 2004.
Yeah, like
One of the better
Anchorman.
years in cinema.
Anchorman would be. I wouldn't say it would go as far to be canceled nowadays if it came out, but
definitely
it would be
be
close.
close.
It'd be close.
Yeah.
Imagine Tropic
it'd be close.
Thunder.
No, Tropic Thunder.
Tropic
wouldn't
Thunder's
last.
over.
Tropic Thunder's
Wouldn't even
over
last.
with.
It wouldn't even last.
Yeah, last time.
Yeah.
It wouldn't last.
Oh.
Blackface, Robert Downey
Even-
Jr.
Oh my god.
Canceled.
Even Harold and Kumar. There's
No, some fuckery in that too.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there was a lot of Asian jokes, Indian jokes.
Yeah.
Even the previews for Tropic Thunder with Simple Jack, like
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Simple
Not
Jack.
happening.
I don't even know what's worse right now in this era, Simple Jack or RDJ being blackface.
Simple Jack will probably get more canceled.
You think so?
Yeah, they don't care about us.
That's true.
Yeah, those are two crazy ones.
Yeah, man. 2004 was a really good year in movies, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Some of the movies that are coming out this year that I'm looking forward to, if you guys are ready for that.
Okay.
Deadpool 3,
Yeah.
Yes.
that's pretty good.
coming out pretty soon, actually. Furiosa, sequel to Mad Max, which is technically a prequel.
Oh, I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Dune Part 2, the first Dune was really good.
Okay.
Gladiators finally getting a sequel.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Is it same dude?
I don't know. I don't think so.
A Gladiator, and it's a sequel?
Yeah, it's a sequel. It says
Yeah,
Gladiator
Gladiator
2.
sounds
that was
pretty
Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
The original one and Joaquin Phoenix.
But I'm just like a sequel. I guess we'll still watch it, but I just see it feels it's a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
They could do a good job with it still. They could.
I think got to be the same people. I think that
does have
I
to
think
be
if
the
you
same
if you
people.
throw two random dudes in there,
Didn't Joaquin
Yeah.
Phoenix die in it though?
yeah.
Yeah, I
he
think so.
died.
Yeah.
Well, again, I guess someone at that level of actor because Russell Crowe, Joaquin Phoenix is like,
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Mhm.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. If you guys watched
Oh my
the latest
God.
trilogy of the Planet of the Apes by Matt Reeves, amazing. Quiet Place Day One, so it's a prequel to the Quiet Place movies. I love.
yeah,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Those
okay,
ones are
yeah,
pretty
that's
good.
something.
We got Bad Boys Part 4,
There's no way.
Despicable Me 4.
So like I was super unfamiliar with Mad Max, but the first time I watched it, I was like really high.
Yeah.
Had no idea what the hell was going on.
In the Fury Road
Yeah,
one.
the Fury Road one. Yeah, it's just like a lot of chaos.
That's a good movie to go high.
And like yeah.
Yeah.
But I had to
What's going
rewatch it like not like sober and like actually understand what was
Yeah,
going on.
yeah.
But
No, Mad Max is good, man. I fuck with that movie. But the Furiosa movie, yeah, it's looking to be pretty good. It's the same director.
Yeah.
You have to watch those movies in theater though. So
Yeah,
just a heads
100%.
up.
Facts.
Just a heads up. Please watch those in IMAX.
it
But
was
yeah.
in theater when I watched it too,
Oh yeah, and you were high.
and I was.
Those
ripped.
are the good vibes, man.
I'm trying to say let's keep an eye out.
Okay,
You know, the next few months, let's keep an eye out. When TIFF comes around in September,
We're all prepared.
We're all prepared.
100%.
So let's keep an eye out for these movies.
facts.
And then the Planet of the Apes, I saw a trailer for that
Looks good.
in
man.
the theaters.
Looks fucking good, bro.
Okay, I got some questions for real. Have y'all seen all of them? Because I only watched the first
I've
two.
seen the latest trilogy. Yeah,
Because Caesar just saying no was enough for me.
yeah.
Caesar raising his voice and using some vernacular. In this new one,
This is like 100 or 200 years later. something like
this
that.
is going too far.
Yeah, they're talking.
They're talking.
But this is
everything.
leading into like if you guys seen the original Planet of the Apes, where like it's literally just the apes and then the humans are like outsiders.
Yeah.
Like this is what it's leading towards.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
yeah, the apes are becoming more human and the humans are becoming more primitive.
I do want to see it because it looks interesting, but the last Planet of the Apes I saw was Caesar yelling no. You know what I mean?
A lot has happened since.
Yeah,
Caesar
so
Yelled No.
No, a lot of shit.
I think I might have watched the second one, but I probably was fornicating through it, so I didn't really pay attention.
Yeah,
And so
fornicating through it.
I'm
I
going
like it.
from
Casual.
I'm going from Caesar yelling no.
Chill. Disney Plus this dick.
Shit.
I'm so
Pause.
Amazon Prime with a dime.
Amazon Prime with a dime.
This guy fucks.
I'm going from Caesar yelling no to there have a whole political system. So I'm basically kind of
You're putting that work in, eh? The end of the movie just hit, dog. Completely different era.
The first one I actually watched. The second one I know was on the TV when I was around.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you no plot points. I couldn't tell you what country they were in. None of
Real
that.
childish thing. Like when I was like early 20s and shit, and like Netflix and chill was really a part of my like, you know? And I'm comfortable like saying this. I used to use like the movies as like my timer of how long like, you know, the session ran. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you keep track.
So I had this one particular movie. You guys don't time code me or don't clip this. We're really deep in the pod. At this one particular movie, it was Idris Elba, and he was breaking it. He was it was a thriller, and he was trying to use somebody's phone as like a rainy night, but he's an escaped convict, right? And he was trying to break into this girl's house and like casually come into this girl's house, and her husband wasn't home and shit. And she didn't know that Idris Elba was like a convicted killer.
Oh, I know this movie. I know what you're talking about.
That was my go-to. So there was always a point where Idris Elba kills her friend.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, before this point, I need to get it popping. Because I know I have 34 to 35 minutes before Idris Elba gets killed at the end of the movie. So that was usually my timer.
That's fair.
I like that.
I gotta find this. I think it's
bad.
like Last House on the. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah, it is something like Last House. Yeah, it's
Last
something
House on
weird
the
like
left.
that.
No,
Something like
but
that.
you know what he's saying?
That's
Younger,
good.
like that still works to this day. Like that's like if you're in a situation where it's like you're trying to someone new or whatever, like that still applies. Like because I have a time where
No Good Deed.
no good deed. Okay,
that was my
everyone knows
shit.
no good deed.
Yeah.
I had a time where me and this girl were watching the Beyonce Homecoming film.
You had
And-
sex to the Beyonce Homecoming film?
I've had sex to Jeopardy, so yes. But the Beyonce Homecoming film, the film basically ended before we did anything, and we both were like lost watching the film and talking, and so we both said, "I guess we'll start the film again."
That's never happened to me.
It was pretty funny.
That's never happened to me. Like having a Netflix and chill session
Yeah.
and
just-
fully
and just
watching like
Netflixing?
unless it's like a show
Yeah,
where it's like
yeah.
40 minutes or whatever. But I never threw a movie on and like
Mid to
never
end of the movie.
Yeah, like
And
we
matching
watched the
make it
entire
through.
movie and that was it. Nah. What I have done is the movie's going, we do our thing, and then we're done, and we catch the end of the movie, and we're like, oh, this is good. Let's put on something similar, and we actually watch the second one.
That's a good move. Yeah,
That's good.
But I'm definitely getting busy in the first movie.
That's why you gotta watch a movie you already seen, and you're like,
I've seen No Good Deed, No Word of a Lie 12 times.
that's what I'm saying.
At least 12
Makes
times I've
sense.
seen No Good Deed, bro.
Buddy,
That is my favorite movie.
buddy, your
but
formula
that's
checks
crazy.
out.
it's so funny because I can just picture like they're trying to find the movie, and Ralph is like, "I know what I want to watch."
Like, yo, this looks crazy. I've actually done that. I'm like, yo, this looks crazy. Yo, Idris.
I didn't know he's in this.
You're gonna get time stamped in like Bali
But I'm never going to watch this again.
with some girl.
I'm never
whatever
going to
the
watch
case
No
is.
Good Deed again.
Okay,
Moved
good.
on.
You better
Moved
not.
on.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
your
he's
movie.
got
You're
Yeah,
a new
moved
movie.
on.
All right,
Moved
cool.
on.
Yeah, that is so.
I can't tell you the last movie probably an anime movie.
Yeah,
It was definitely an anime movie.
No, that's such a good plan.
Throw a thriller on, bro. It's easy to follow.
I used to just put something on that's like looks good aesthetically. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm the one who's gonna like glance over and look at the movie. Like
Just for the guys.
okay, we gotta wrap up soon.
Yeah, sorry.
Quickly, normal people. One person on this show did not do their homework.
Fucking Chris.
I'm gonna give everyone a chance to guess who it is.
Well, yeah, I'm saying Chris.
Okay, it's the mayor. We had to watch 3
Pretty obvious
episodes. I watched 3 episodes. Chris is halfway through 4. Omari's overachiever, so he watched 6 episodes.
Yeah.
I will binge because by next pod we should be watching up to 6. So I will binge the 6 episodes on my flight to Miami.
Okay, so
Oh, nice.
I gotta stop watching just immediately.
yeah.
Yeah, so you're chilling for 2 weeks.
So heads up on your flight. There is some sexual scenes, some nudity. So as long as you're not embarrassed by someone watching you watch that,
my friend's
they're
gonna
good.
be beside me and he's
Okay.
male. I don't know. That makes me uncomfortable, but
Yeah,
we'll
my
see.
friend.
Yeah, you don't want your buddy like leaning in over your shoulder, like
And there's titties on my screen. Anyway, continue.
But I want to know what you guys think of the show so far. I'm basically at the point where he just found out that all his boys knew, and he just found out that his mom knew. And I actually kind of felt for him in a sense, but it's very much giving men impressing men.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah,
That's a
100%.
big
Yeah, well,
theme.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it is.
It's very much getting men impressing men, but I felt for him because he was so caught in his head about this whole, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This whole thing, and it was for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason at all. It's like one of those.
I'm trying to guess it.
You know what it is, man? This is like it's weird, man.
Is
It's
he
like
gay?
in high school, right? Like sometimes there's like the athlete, who's popular guy, whatever the case is, and then there's like, relax. And then there's like the girl that's like, you know, kind of unknown, normally knows her. She might have a little attitude, you know, or she might be a little geeky or whatever the case is. She's just not part of the popular crew.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And, you know, everyone knows that, you know, he sees her in science class. They want to hook up. But because they're from different worlds, they can't.
Pass on cross.
They can't,
Like,
they can't do it.
sorry,
It's just dumb. I think it's very dumb.
I think it's dumb too. That's
I think it's very
my main problem with the show.
Yeah.
Is that the whole storyline as around her, like she's not worth what, you know what I'm saying? Like she's like not cool enough or whatever, or she's ugly, and I'm like, she looks just the same as the rest of them. You know
100%.
what I'm saying? So it's like basically it's this dude, he's like a rugby player, right?
Yeah.
Rugby,
No, not rugby. It's
Soccer
it's
player.
A,
Soccer player.
Oh,
No, it's
English
another-
rules.
Oh, is
it's
it not?
another sport where it's like a mixture
Like
of soccer
European
and
handball
rugby.
or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
I know, I
And
thought
they,
it was
kick
rugby too, and
over
then I saw them like,
I know what you're talking
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
it's not rugby.
But he's like one of the star players on the team at the
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
And this girl, they end up hooking up, but she's like not the cool girl at school. She's a nerdy, whatever. But they extrapolate that to move like she's a wildebeest. And I'm like, it's very high school, because in high school, like we're all saying like now there's no problem with that girl, the quiet, nerdy girl. Like if she's cute, she's cute.
Like now,
Yeah.
actually, in 2024, dating in high school, it might be different now. Like now, that dynamic might actually
True.
be you just do whatever.
But that's the whole premise.
Back in
is
the
like,
day, it was like that. Yeah,
she's not
It was actually
cool
like
enough to rock with him, and so he's embarrassed about it. And basically, he been hiding it from his friends and his mom and everything.
That he's dating a girl.
And then they basically where it ends at episode 3 is he finds out that they
all knew.
knew the whole time.
But it's gonna get interesting when you catch up to where me and Omari are.
Yeah,
And
which is really cool.
Yeah, because it's like a total.
What episode are you on?
I accidentally went like halfway through 4, so I kind of know where they're at now.
Yeah, you know where they're going.
He's going to
Yeah,
the school now and
yeah.
stuff, but
So yeah, they just build on that.
He goes to a different school.
They both go.
they both
to
go to the
different-
same.
They both do different.
Yeah,
I
they
think
go
so.
to a college.
They go to the same college.
Yeah, they end up at the same college.
So and
That's
it's really cool.
pretty
The dynamics
crazy.
change.
Oh wow.
He becomes kind of it kind of inverses.
do you guys like it so far?
I like it, but I don't love it because of I think that whole storyline thing is pretty stupid. I think that's the crux of it. Like she's getting bullied at school, and I'm looking at her like, first of all, they're bullying her like she's a wildebeest. She's not.
Yeah.
2, she's smarter than all of them and has all the good comebacks. Like no facts.
It's
like
true.
Yeah,
like they bully her and
That's
she
probably why they bully her.
no, but it's like in real life, if you try to bully a girl and this girl has a comeback like that, like that's the end of that. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah. You just give her.
So
respect
it's like
in
they
regard.
just. I think in shows and movies, they just, if it's high school, they just ramp up the high school energy of like you're getting bullied and who's cool and who's not. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of like.
Yeah.
But I like it so far.
Okay.
I'm excited to see your take on it.
Yeah. I'm
100%,
definitely gonna
man.
binge it now for sure.
Yeah, I like any content where you're kind of like rooting for love a little bit, you know? Like I kind of like that.
Where's the
I put a gunshot.
that gunshot. No, you definitely are rooting for love, and I like the way that it's shot because they do a good job of capturing those like heartfelt, even awkward moments.
Yeah.
where it's like really not overly emotional, but it's like there's something happening here that's
100%.
So I think I like the way it's shot. I like the way it's shot. But you gotta tell us your thoughts once you
I
finally
will.
watch it.
I got you guys for
6
sure.
episodes to watch.
Definitely. In 2 weeks, I got you.
Okay, I'm excited.
On my birthday, I'm gonna be watching Normal People. I like it. Let's do it.
All right, something you did watch, your anime suggestion of the week.
Facts. This is something I binged towards the end of 2023. Really good anime, Netflix produced anime. So I mentioned one of our very early episodes when we started recording this podcast was an anime called Arcane. That's based off the video game. This has a similar animation style. This is called Blue Eye Samurai. So you're probably wondering, why is it called Blue Eye Samurai? The samurai literally has blue eyes. So what happened?
Never would have guessed.
So what happens in this, just a quick premise. Chris, actually, this would be good for you to pick up. This is a great anime for you to just pick up.
Okay.
So there is a samurai, and the samurai's in Japan, of course. And Japan has this new rule. It's locked off itself to international trading. It's locked off itself to international people. They're only allowing Japanese people within Japan. Some people slip through the cracks. Some Caucasian, Irish men slip through the cracks. And at the cause of that, a few of them started breeding few people.
Naturally.
Yeah, exactly. And half breeds are considered like devilish, evil by the Japanese. One of the half breeds, she hates her father for what her father did, because the white guys that came into Japan, they're really evil. So she chill. Chris is like,
bet we are.
I'm not saying that's why you should watch it.
I was
It's
gonna say,
actually
it's the
really
fact that
good.
you recommended it to
No,
him.
it's actually really good. Now I'm like
Damn.
thinking, I'm like, fuck.
Nice.
No, but no, trust me, it's actually amazing.
Trying to get me in trouble.
No, chill, Chris, you're
Yo,
amazing.
what are we pillaging?
Can I have you tell a podcast, please?
She trained
Yeah, that
herself
is the
to be an
title.
elite level samurai, and she wants to go after these 4 white guys that came into the country and like did Japanese people wrong, essentially. And it was really good. The fights are really good, and I'm a sucker for good written female characters. Just like Omari's a sucker for a good written love story, I'm a sucker for good written female characters.
That's what's up.
I had one character named Sypha from Castlevania. I have her in my top, but this girl in this, she's right up there with her.
That's what's up.
I've only heard good things. This is
Yeah.
I basically just retweet Ralph after he gives his actual review of the show, and I just say, has someone I know watched this, and what did they say about it? This is a highly recommended show.
Trust me. I think like 8-9 episodes.
It says 8 episodes. I actually
8 episodes?
added to my watch list.
Yeah. Trust me, you guys will
Just
enjoy
added
it.
it, yeah.
Offline, download it on Netflix, whatever you have to do, but it is
nice.
good. Very digestible. I love it.
Sounds good,
You
man.
guys, Samuel?
I like that.
100%.
So our non-rap suggestion of the week.
Yes.
I actually forgot about this part of the podcast. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Guys, we've been podding today, man.
This was basically a segment that I championed, and now I forgot that it even exists. But we're gonna start with Chris. I think Chris is always a way to start with the non-rap suggestion. Yeah, Chris, what do you got?
I got a good one. So I kind of playing in the theme of Meg and Nicki. The song's called "Big Leg Woman" by Muddy Waters.
Oh, so this is the Bigfoot response?
I thought it was funny.
Omari, your song?
Is the song dope?
I was going to
It's
say,
a good
what's the
song. Yo, it's
content
Muddy.
of the...
Okay, first of all, it's Muddy Waters off his album "Folk Singer," released 1954.
Okay.
And it's a banger.
Big leg.
No, I'm. Once you say Muddy Waters, I'm like, I'm sure the song is good.
Yeah.
But your intro of
was crazy.
go with our theme.
Yeah.
I was
That
like,
was so
what?
funny.
Where is he going with this?
Yeah, let's name this podcast "Where Are We Pillaging."
Where are we pillaging? I don't
That's
know.
actually a good
Don't
one.
put my picture on the thumbnail if you do that.
Put Justice picture.
Yeah, just play his little picture. Yeah.
What happened
Chris in the
Bears
front, us 3 in the
He's
back.
just smiling. Crazy.
That's funny.
What do you got?
Mine would be Nothing Sweeter by Naomi Sharon. She's a really good singer, actually. I don't even know. She kind of came up on my feed like
Yeah, she came up on my feed too.
randomly.
Not randomly.
Oh, wow. That's great. If you can't tell by Ralph's smirk face, she's a very attractive woman, I think, as well. But yeah, she has a great voice. She's going to be at the
Drake,
Drake,
about to get time
actually.
coded.
She's actually
March
talented. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
she's
March
really
28th,
good.
she's going to be at the Drake Hotel performing.
Yeah.
Again, yeah, Nothing Sweeter is like a new single that she's put out recently. Pretty good song, I would say.
Yeah, she's OVO.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's recently signed OVO.
Yeah. I've heard that too.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
she's very
there.
good.
I've heard that too. Yeah. Naomi Sharon, shout out to her.
Yeah.
So I got a song that I actually heard from a video game. They played it in the latest Spider-Man game, Spider-Man 2 on PS5. It's called Seabird by the Leslie Brothers. It is actually a very, very good song. They played it at a pivotal point in the game. A character passed away, I don't want to say who, during a side mission, and it was the best side mission in the game. And a lot of people rave it, and before I played the game, I was listening to the comments about it, and I believed it, and I played it, and I love it, and it's a great song. Seabird, the Leslie Brothers.
I'm looking at this picture of the Alessi brothers,
I actually don't know what they look like.
and
I've looked them up as well.
yeah.
Oh, they are white.
Yeah.
So
Not pillage white.
the from this picture, it's giving me yacht rock vibes, maybe 80s
We'll
pop,
play it after the...
and
I've heard it actually.
yeah.
Those are your guys?
Yeah, those are the brothers.
So I don't know how much our
I think-
listeners know about music, but if you see two brothers looking like this, you're gonna hear some heat.
They look like killers, yo. Like
I've never stood that
like,
close to my
they,
brother.
they were getting that work in.
No,
Simon and
100%.
Garfunkel, Hall & Oates, if you see two white brothers with some shaggy hair standing way too close, you're gonna hear some hits.
Nah, they were at Burning Man going crazy.
Yeah, you're gonna hear some hits. So
For sure.
just off seeing how they look and stereotyping that alone, I think my first listen out of all the non-rap suggestions.
It's a great song. It's a great song.
I'm picking a song that is pretty well known, but I haven't heard this in a long time. And this used to be a song that played on the radio often when I was young. "Calling All Angels" by Train. It came back into my purview, and I realized that I didn't know the words. You know those songs where, like, when you're older and you see the song name or you see that you're like, what was I saying this whole time?
Yeah.
This was one of those.
Okay.
So hearing the song as an adult, I was there just screaming. Like, I did not know the words. So "Calling All Angels" by Train, my non-rap suggestion of the week. I think we got a good one. This is like a month worth of potting.
Oh man, you guys got a big pod today, man. A lot of clips coming out of this one. A lot of sound bites coming out of this one. It just feels comfortable in the new studio. Like I don't feel like I want to go home.
Yeah. I want to.
I'm kind of hungry, so
I want to see some comments.
I'm very hungry.
Yeah, Omari thought we were getting a meal when we came to.
Yeah, bro. Like, where the chips at? What's going on here? Like,
I said, where the chips at? That's a throwback.
Good callback.
I said, where the chips at?
Podding today.
Yeah, you're really potting today. This might be your best episode. It's up there with the sunglasses episode.
Oh wow! Look, man, thanks. I appreciate it.
You had an episode when Adriel wasn't here. That was you were cooking still. No, you're actually
I had to try and fill his shoes, man.
Yeah.
Look at the man over there.
It's a performance review. You gave him the criticism.
Yeah, now everybody's stepping up their game.
Yeah.
Adriel's talking about his ex.
He did open up more.
Crazy, yeah.
Wow.
Listen. I want to see everyone in the comments, okay? We gave you this big podcast.
Facts.
I want to see y'all show love in the comments. Let us know what we got wrong, what we got right. We're going to be placing some bets on this Omari Ralph race. So I want to know where everyone feels about this.
Yeah, we should actually get some people to pull up to it.
Yeah, get a little people watching the stands.
What we gotta do is like have our own like little stand thing, like where we like stand up and do like maybe a little whatever, or like some sort
like
of
a weigh-in.
Yeah, like a weigh-in situation, and have like the stats beside us. Like,
No, I like that.
LA Fitness, like like
Drake and J.
he
Cole.
ran longest run 5 games. Like,
Yeah. So I guess let us know between Omari and Ralph, who you choosing, and then 49ers or Chiefs, who you choosing.
these are great bets.
Yeah, what's more important?
Yeah. Like which one? Like
Chris or Omari, who's getting a baby first? Like, you guys got a lot of things to bet on this episode.
You can run a couple parlays if you really want to.
I'm screwed.
That's a crazy 3-leg parlay.
parlay for that.
Chiefs,
They can put
Chris,
the parlay
and
Omari and Chiefs.
Oh my God, Omari, Chiefs.
Oh shit.
That is hilarious. Make sure you guys follow us on the interwebs. Of course, leave us a rating and a review, 5 stars, not a single star less. Of course, on Instagram at Mayor's Office Pod.
That's correct.
Our own podcast page.
Come on.
We've grown from Mayor Media, of course, the huge conglomerate that is Mayor Media. We've now become independent from them. So listen, we probably try a graduation ceremony, if we're being honest.
Yeah,
to graduate from the Mayor Media
We're buying
page.
too much champagne every episode.
So follow us on there, of course, on TikTok. We got a lot of content coming there.
For sure.
On YouTube, listen, we're not wearing these fits for no reason, okay?
Come on,
Chris
man.
and Omari didn't match for no reason. If you listen to the podcast, find us on YouTube. And of course, until next time, know yourself, know your worth.